Welcome! Hello, everybody. Welcome to Not Quite Novelist. This is the show where new friends are made and new worlds are built live and on the spot each and every episode, except this episode, we are not building any new worlds. We are returning to an old one. My name is Savannah. If you don't know who I am, you're going to be real confused this time. If you do know who I am, then you know, obviously, I am so fucking stoked for this episode. We have returning back since October, which it still feels crazy to me that it was that long ago. We've got Ryu. Yeah. Ryu plays games.
And it can't even be that crazy about it being that long ago because on the scale of productivity, jousters. Buddy.
For real. For real. Okay. And let's not also forget who this episode is also featuring, which is Game Jousters. I frequently will say if there is one guy in my chat, it is Jousters. And my god. Doing the absolute most. When there's an episode that inspires him, he just does not stop. We've got an entire novella, a 50-page whole ass book written based off of the story of Madame Librarian's wondrous imagination something. I can't remember all of that. Was a lot of words in that name that I gave it. Madame Librarian's Wondrous Imagination Circus. And it is also illustrated by Jamberry. If anyone, please go and follow. I believe the full username is Jamberry Pop on Instagram. All of this, please go follow Not Quite Novelist on Instagram too. I will be able to post. I'm going to be posting the all of the illustrations. I'm going to be tagging everyone involved. Yeah, it's a fully illustrated book, and the fact that this all literally came together in, what, 5 months? Like, less than that, I think? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is absolutely unhinged.
Amazing.
Please go follow everyone involved in this because, my god.
Y'all are amazing. I skimmed it, and I saw the pics. Yeah. Y'all are talented and amazing. And I swear this is the equivalent of my first dollar bill in my first open shop somewhere. Yep. If I have a place to put this somewhere, I will.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm getting this printed. I'm gonna get the cover and all of the illustrations printed, and I'm putting them up on my wall behind me. Don't know when I'm gonna do that, but it's gonna happen. Because
I've got a big head at this point.
Because what do you mean? You know, like, what do you mean you wrote
you have a
book?
fanfic written about your characters? No? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw the fact that it was already, like, sketched out. The sketches were already done by December. This book was written in October, and I think he finished, like, writing it
on a typewriter.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Let's also note, Jousters, you wrote this thing on a typewriter. You just happened to... First off, you just had a typewriter. That's crazy. Also, I'm jealous. I want one. That's what I want for Christmas this year. Someone get me a typewriter. Yeah. The first draft on a typewriter was done in 2 to 2.5 weeks. In 2.5 weeks. I like 5 or 6 of them. I can give one to you. That's crazy. I don't know how to use a typewriter, but that would be so sick if I had one. I would actually be so happy. That'd be so fun.
I was about to say I grew up on a typewriter, and I think the answer is yes.
That's crazy.
Because I turned 38 a week ago.
Oh, happy birthday! Happy late birthday! What a way to celebrate, by the way. What a way to celebrate the birthday.
As a gift?
Yeah. Everybody say happy birthday, Ryu, in the chat. It's crazy.
It will never be topped.
Yeah, this is... Honestly. I'm like, I don't need anything for my birthday this year. I don't need anything for anything this year because what do you mean someone wrote a book based off of characters that I made? That's crazy.
It's shenanigans I said on a whim in 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
On a Red Bull night.
All we did was spend 2 hours talking about circus lesbians, and now we have a whole book in front of us. That's crazy. Oh boy. Okay.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Well, we can just get started. Let's go on FAEHOUSE. There are a couple of content warnings. This is going to be a horror book. This is a scary book. So there are going to be some body horror, some gore going on. I maybe should have read this before the stream.
We wanted to keep the authentic. It took a lot of willpower for me not to read this.
Truly.
Till today, and I've only read like 3 or 4 paragraphs before we went live.
Yeah. So I am. Wait, Andrew wrote a scary book. Yeah, it is. There is some. There is going to be some body horror. There's going to be some gore. It is a horror fantasy novella. Also, the scaredy cat Andrew, apparently. Which is insane.
Are we using this to get through your fears? Like, what's happening?
yeah. Was this a kind of therapy for you? Is that what's happening? You didn't see me play Outlast Trials. Oh God. Yeah. So it is also it is 50 pages. We are going to be reacting to it in real time. So if we don't get through all of it, there will be a part 2. We are going to actually read and finish this book on stream. But that entirely depends on how on task we can be. And we all know that famously my ADHD meds wear off around this time. So we'll see how that works out for us.
And I didn't drink a Red Bull, so here we go.
Woo! All right. Y'all guys will be able to watch and read along with us as well. I do have the book up, so you're not just going to be staring at the cover the entire time, but I'm going to be reading from my iPad, so my eyes are going to be down. Fuck is this? This is a... That's a great question, actually. This is a book written by our very own chat lurker Game Jousters. I feel like he is my, like... My resident chatter. Who's this Andrew bitch? I can't hear you.
I'm going to hope that this is his friend. Okay.
Me too. Okay, it is his friend. I'm pinning that because that's funny as shit, actually.
I'm going to hope.
I hope to God. He write this shit? Yeah, he wrote this shit. And we're about to read it. So, also... Oh, real quick, sorry. Point of order, yes. Couple of things. One, I'm just gonna tell you this because I made this joke last week and I just want to share it. My Ko-Fi is still open and I made a Ko-Fi goal that if I reach $1,000 in donations, anyone who knows me knows I am an extremely picky eater. I have a lot of sensory issues. I'm 30 years old and I've never eaten a burger before in my life. And that tends to surprise a lot of people. So the joke I made is that if I get to $1,000 in Ko-Fi donations, I will try a burger live on stream for the first time.
Okay, but wait, it depends on the burger, because I don't want your first burger to be some trash McDonald's burger or some shit.
Yeah. Well, that is the addition that I made was that whoever donates the $1,000, whoever gets me past that threshold, is the one who has to pick. They get to pick what kind of burger I eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully we got some good taste out there.
Hopefully. Andrew, you are not allowed to be that $1,000 donation because I know what you would put on that burger and I don't trust you.
Oh? Now, wait a minute.
No, it's a whole thing about mustard. And I know that he would want me to put mustard on it and I'm not doing it.
Oh,
so
No.
He has a whole... I can't even... Can I buy this fucking thing? See? What'd I tell you? He said extra mustard. Yeah. So Jousters, fuck you. No. Yes. Yeah. It is not... Actually, no, you can buy it. You can buy the PDF of FAEHOUSE by sending your payment to Ko-Fi Not Quite Novelist.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
On a real note, if you do have money to spend and you want to spend it on something more important than making this dumbass just eat a burger for the first time, you can go and check out some anti-ICE organizations that Ryu has lovingly put together, compiled a list of links that you can go and support them. Donate, send your money to something that actually matters before you pay me for eating food that I've never tried. Please go do something more important. I beg of you.
Yeah, the first two links are based close to home for me, and the rest of them are just over the world
Good.
of the amount of fights that we got out here, you know? So, but yeah, one
Incredible.
of them is close to home.
I love it. I did think about going and finding some local organizations to meet. I did not have time, so I'm sorry. But that's why we love Ryu for having the time to actually put together. Yeah, Andrew, do something important with your money instead of trying to force someone to eat mustard. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. Oh my god, everybody, get your wiggles out. My god, we gotta focus. We're about to get into some scary story shit. Focus. Also, hydrate. Y'all better be using these channel points to hydrate because reading out loud, I'm definitely gonna need it. So
that's true.
Grab your water. This water bottle is bigger than my head, and I love it.
But how many of those a day do you drink?
Like 1.5 actually. I drink a lot.
That's pretty good.
Well, especially when I'm at work because I'm working around like really hot machines and I get really dehydrated. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy, let's. That's such a chaotic introduction to this. But let's go ahead and get started on reading FAEHOUSE. For Savannah and Ryu, thank you for letting me write this. I don't think we had a choice. You just started writing it. So we didn't really let you do anything, to be completely honest. Like, you just did that.
Thank you for writing it. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for writing it, because that's incredible. I'm very, very happy that it happened. All right.
I forgot to even ask. Do you want to popcorn this? Like, you read some pages, I read some pages. Like, you want to?
Oh, we can do that. I honestly did not even think about it.
Yeah. Save your voice. Let me in. Tag me in, Coach.
Yeah, I love it. Also, honestly, just any time that we have to like pause to like discuss, every like couple pages or so, I'll for sure like just tap you in. All right. Okay, focus. Stop laughing. I'm trying to be professional.
Time how long we're on the track.
Okay. We got this. We started a half an hour ago. Okay. Chester says, stop. All right. I can't look at chat, actually. I'm not going to because if y'all guys keep being funny in the chat, we're never going to get through this. All right. Things have not been going as planned. The sound of the generators was deafening, removing almost all of Sengdao's ability to think, which may have been a blessing in disguise. The circus, Madame Librarian's wondrous imagination circus, was nearly fully set up, thank God. In the 3 years of working, never had a setup gone as poorly as the one here on the county line of Jody, Texas. The wrong side of the county line, apparently. It seemed that's where the trouble began. Up until this point, the traveling circus had been going smoothly. Cecilia, Cece to Sengdao, and only Sengdao. I am pronouncing that name correctly, correct?
Sengdao, yeah.
Okay, good.
Or yeah.
Is it Sengdao? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I had to make sure that I was saying it right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cecilia, or Cece to Sengdao, and only Sengdao, Sengdao's girlfriend and founder of the circus, decided it was time to expand their market and travel the south. They started in Virginia and hit Florida in the peak of spring break, pulling in nearly dangerous numbers that almost got them shut down by the fire marshal before heading west. Georgia and Alabama welcomed them fine enough, but Mississippi, they decided, should be skipped. Honestly, understandable. There were no complaints there. Louisiana was also fine, considering they were still months away from Mardi Gras and the crowds were thin, but not unexpectedly so. It was smooth. And then there was Texas, specifically Jody. Tsingtao had forgotten how religious the South can be, especially in the middle of nowhere, far from large cities. Jody was in that weird, forgotten part of Texas, towards the middle-ish of the state where the South met the Southwest and managed to get the worst of both worlds. The sun felt as if it rose earlier than it should, and the day hit its peak before 10 in the morning. The humidity wasn't bad. It was too dry. The humidity was not bad. It was too dry, in fact, and her nose took the brunt of it. 2 days into setup, and she already had to clean up a bloody nose 4 times. That's crazy. Honestly, though, I get it. As someone who gets nosebleeds, I'm so sorry. Understandable. The mosquitoes were atrocious, too. Some of the crew, the more outwardly redneck, or at least as redneck as Ohioans can get, made mixtures of water and diesel to rub on themselves to keep the bloodsuckers away. Cece, horrified by that, drove to the nearest Walmart, 30 miles away, and bought everyone cans of Off. That would be me, actually. I relate to Cece. Just absolutely not. I will drive and go and get everybody bug spray.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Fucking Ohio crazy people's, like, just tagging, like, rubbing diesel on them? Absolutely not.
The fumes alone. Never mind. That's why we're paying fairies.
Right now, Tsingtao is working with others and finishing off the mirror maze. The setup of the tents was easy enough. It was the auxiliaries that were causing problems. Multiple times throughout the setup, the generators seemingly failed, leaving Tsingtao and others to feel their way out of the maze. The lights would shut off without warning, and people would rush to figure it out. The thing was, however, no one knew what was wrong. They double-checked the wiring and made sure all of the connections were tight and the generators were not being overloaded, which everyone knew they weren't, since everything had been hooked up the same way since the traveling began. The strangest thing about it all was most of the issues occurred at night and seldom in the day. That, of course, brought up ghost stories and people claiming to hear children laughing outside the tents before the lights would go off. The only out-of-the-ordinary thing Tsingtao saw when she was near a shut-off generator was a fine film of dust on knobs and switches not present anywhere else on the generator. The mirror maze was a pain to set up. The mirrors, modular by design, allowed them to make it as easy or complicated as they wanted, but they were heavy. They used large suction cups to get a better grip on them and would shuffle step them into place. She was teamed up with Harold, an older man that joined as a handyman and de facto carpenter when he got bored of retirement. I like Harold already, by the way.
Yeah. Love Harold.
Yep, love Harold. Let's see. There we go. And de facto carpenter. They were nearly done with the maze, the last few panels ready to be placed. Some of the corners were tighter than they would have liked, and they shuffled back and forth to maneuver the mirror around the corner in a parody of a waltz. Wait, I gotta think of a Harold voice. I can't do.
We're doing voices?
Can we do voice?
Oh, God. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you can do Tsingtao because she was your creation.
Oh, okay.
All right. Should I? I'm thinking I should make him Southern. All right.
For sure, Southern.
Yeah, Harold is absolutely Southern. No, whoever, absolutely not. I'm sorry, I just looked at chat. I made a mistake. I'm not looking at chat again.
No!
And I'm not saying that out loud, so for anyone listening, I'm not telling you what was said, but the answer is absolutely not.
Nar! Please, Nar.
So I need a spray bottle just to spray at chat and be like, bad. Absolutely not. Okay. I can't do a man's voice. All right. My voice doesn't get that low.
I swear you make these quarters. Nope.
See, I almost
Nope.
went like full like my only man voice that I have is Old Man McGucket from Gravity Falls. And he's the kooky old man. He just talks like this. And I don't know if
Honestly,
I can
I
go.
would love Harold more with that voice, to be fair.
Harold might be Irish. I could do an Irish accent pretty well. That's not the problem for me. I
I
do
can't,
Irish.
so go for it.
I swear. There we go. Low southern in my. I swear they make these corners tight on purpose. Harold huffed.
Maybe we should make the ones who design the maze be the ones we place the mirror.
Oh, I like that idea. The frames made things easier, but the leeway was not the best. They struggled at first getting one half of the mirror onto the frame, but the glass bent as they tried to get the other half in, making them stop out of fear of breaking it. No matter how often they had done it before, it was something that would always remain a pain. Eventually, they got the mirror in place, the frame making a satisfying snap, securing it in place. Harold stretched and let out a thunderous groan, gripping his back. Sangdao stood next to him, and they admired their distorted reflections in the mirror. This particular one squashed and fattened them. Harold moved left and right and up and down to see how his reflection would change. He never seemed to tire of the maze. Sangdao couldn't help but smile either. Harold was a big man with a bigger, bushy, white beard that always drew comparisons to Santa. See, I think that was the kind of gruffer, southern voice is perfect.
Yep.
Love it. Young children were absolutely sure they had seen Santa and would call out to him. He always humored them, but looking at his reflection now, if you threw a big red coat on him, the look would truly be complete. Her reflection, on the other hand, she found less pleasing. She was already on the short end, and the reflection made her even squatter and rounder. If Harold's reflection was Santa, hers was his elf. Honestly, I love her. That would make her even more adorable. I'm obsessed with her. I love her. Anyway.
I just see the scrunched up face.
I love it. Yeah, it's so good. I love her. Oh my gosh.
So good.
Okay. You want to do Sangdao's voice?
All right. Let's finish this up.
You got it, boss. The mirror maze was lined with dim purple lights. Purple lights. I'm sorry. I have purple lights all over me.
It would take me too long to change mine. Hold on.
The mirror maze was lined with dim purple lights. They were just bright enough to see only a few feet in front of you. On the last night of the circus, the maze would be converted into a haunted house. A few key mirrors acted as doors and that cast members would hide in, waiting for unsuspecting guests. They found by making the maze into a haunted house, they could get repeat customers and pad their earnings by a decent amount. Their reflections stretched and squashed as they walked past, one of the mirrors flipping it upside down, another making it look as if they were going to bump into themselves. The last thing that would be done before the maze was considered complete was to remove the gaffer's tape that marked the ways they've already been. Sangdao wiped the sweat off her brow and looked at the tent with pride. This had been by far the fastest they've set up the mirror maze all trip. One small win in this cursed town, Sangdao thought. A much-needed win, too. Her mood has been dour since learning way too late that she managed to secure the grounds in one of only 3 dry counties in the entire state. The trip had been going... What?
I done goofed.
Yep. The trip had been going well, and for all of it to be jeopardized by complacency and her failure to Google alcohol laws would have brought her to tears. While, yes, the rest of the trip had been one of the biggest financial boons the circus had since its inception, Sangdao was more than well aware of how fast that buffer money can disappear, and losing alcohol sales was something that would make or break the stop. Oof, that's brutal. Let's see, hold on, let me flip to the next page. My bad. Okay, there we go. Do you want to take over and read some?
Yeah. The problem here is, I think because I have mine on 2 pages.
Oh no. From the PDF, I have it labeled as page 5.
Is it side by side right now? No. Huh?
What?
No, mine. Oh, I see what's happening. Listen.
What's
like, why
going
isn't it
on?
moving? What's happening? That was user error, guys.
Hey man, at least you didn't make the mistake of sending your circus to the only dry county in Texas.
Listen, and for that to be in Texas, honestly,
brutal.
Oh, who knew?
Yeah.
The realization happened sickeningly late. Only 2 weeks ago, when checking in with the county representatives, and she just happened to mention the beer stand, that was when they informed her of the laws, and her stomach was ready to eject her breakfast, then and there, while on the phone. She thanked them for the clarification and silently cursed them for not having them mentioned anywhere in the documentation she had signed when securing the deal. So she did what she had to and told Cece, simultaneously ruining her day. Singdao had been with Cece long enough to know when she was angry. And while anger was certainly there, it was overshadowed by disappointment, which was in many ways worse.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. No. Oh, that's
Hurtful.
brutal. That's so upsetting.
Thankfully, the tension was somewhat dissipated with Cece when Cece did the math and found while the margins would be slim, would be on the lower end of acceptable. Okay, Singdao said. Let's get these last mirrors in and be done with the whole thing.
Okie dokie,
said Harold. He was leaning against a pole and catching his breath. He pushed himself off of it and looked past Singdao, motioned to her with his head. She turned to see Cece walking towards them. Cece was the brains behind the operation. She founded the circus after it had been, I saw that out of the corner of my eye, percolating in her brain for years and brought Singdao on after her graduation and year abroad in Scotland. She had become the Madam Librarian, going through a few costume changes before settling on a white button down shirt with ruffled sleeves under a dark blue waistcoat and tan trousers. When on stage, she would add a top hat and tailcoat to complete the costume. Being still summer weather, the coat was made of linen. She was tall, too. She towered over Singdao, yet never domineering. With the get-up, she was also wearing her heeled boots, the true size of the platform heels cleverly hidden by her trousers. That brought her height from an already tall for a woman 5'8" to a short for an NBA player 8'6". Oh wait, height of 6'2".
We
six
love
foot
a big
two.
woman, let me tell you.
Sangdao couldn't shake the memory of the day Cecilia decided to bring the platform boots into the wardrobe. Up until that point, Cecilia was a tennis shoe only gal who, if found in a formal event, would go no further than short wedges. Her first day in the boots brought laughs out of the both of them. Singdao called her a baby giraffe because of the awkward steps she was taking, throwing her legs either too far out or not far enough, or bringing her knees up comically high when taking her steps. She got used to them fairly quickly, however, and now she rarely, if ever, tripped. That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
If ever.
Morning. I'll go back to Harold since now Cece is here.
There you go. Yeah.
Morning, Harold said.
Morning, Harold, Cece replied. How is the Mirror Maze coming along?
Great, actually. I think it's the fastest we've ever done it. We've only got a few more panels to put in and it'll be done.
Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, mind if I steal Sang away from you for a bit?
Harold raised his hands up by be my guest. I'm sure there's someone lazing about I can get to help. We only have 3 panels left. Won't be an issue.
Awesome, thanks. Do you want me to? I'll switch off to me now.
Sure.
I love it. All right. Also, hi, Steve. You're late, but we're all doing amazing. We're having a great time. We're only, what is it? We're only on like page 6, I think, of reading this.
Yeah.
So we are doing, if you haven't seen the promos, we are doing a reading, read along and reaction to a book that our very own Game Jousters wrote as like almost a fan fiction for the characters that Ryu and I created back in October. So.
Also, if anybody is asking, I am notoriously awful at voices, which is why I have in fact not done, like, the only voice I actually am good at is like a I almost say gremlin, a goblin voice.
Do a goblin voice right now.
I was just about to say, which I will not be doing. But it sounds something like this, and it's excited all the time.
I hope to God one of the fairies has dialogue so you can use. I'm making you do that voice. That's awesome. Woo! That's great. If one of the fairies in this story has if any of the fairies have dialogue, I'm making you do it so that you can do that voice. That's great. That is how all of the fairies in this story sound.
I have no accents. I have some registers, and every now and again you can tell if it's a dude, or like, is it a dude, or is it just one of the like huskier women folk that we love? I don't know.
It's a goblin. It's a goblin. We love it. Goblin mode time. Yeah, exactly. So good. Okay. Hold on. Gotta hydrate. Give me a second.
Get in there.
Okay.
Meanwhile.
Awesome. Thanks. Cecilia said while motioning to Sangdao. Sangdao followed. They walked through the grounds. Everyone was still working to put up the tents and the food trucks. The generators were being placed and cordoned off to keep the guests away. It was finally looking halfway done. The grounds were simple, flat dirt with sparsely spread patches of gravel. The view left a lot to be desired, especially with the rusted and broken fence to the west that butted against what looks like a small patch of woods. Now, with everything coming together, it was beginning to look like a real circus. Sangdao reached out and grabbed Cece's hand.
Where are we going?
There's a country store 5 miles up the road, on the other side of the county line. Once we finish setting up tonight and the practices are done, I thought we could all unwind a bit by getting some drinks. I don't want to break into the keg just yet, along with some other supplies too. And Google says it's open and it's a lot closer than Walmart or Target. Yeah. And who the fuck wants to go to Target right now? Anyway.
Walmart's on a, you know what?
Yeah. The only reason
where you gotta, but also don't.
Yeah. The only reason I will go to Target is if what I'm looking for is cheaper there than anywhere else.
Which it never is.
I can almost always find what I need at Grocery Outlet for cheaper than Walmart. So, I don't know if y'all guys have, I don't know if Grocery Outlet's everywhere,
we
but
don't.
like, I'm almost always at Grocery Outlet. I'm there every day.
That or H-E-B. I wish we had an H-E-B.
I miss H-E-B. Listen, I am
I visited Texas once. I saw that and I was like, this is amazing.
Dude, I miss H-E-B so much. My mom sometimes will send me like pictures like from H-E-B in my hometown, and I'm like, now why you gotta? Can y'all hear my accent get thicker the more I talk about Texas? My accent, if Texas gets brought into the conversation, my accent will get thicker. Yeah, exactly. Hold on, I gotta deal with some shit.
Yeah, no. See and see? No.
Nope.
Haha.
Yep, thank you. I forgot. Hold on. Did I mod
switch,
Ryu? Do you have power on my channel? Are you modding?
I do.
Is that what happened? Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to do that. I forgot I did that last time. Hell yeah. All right. Cool. You can be in charge of that then.
Switch.
Sweet. All right. Focus. We're professionals. All right. Park near the main entrance. Parked near the main entrance was Cece's car, a 2001 Ford Fiesta. It was a drab gray color, and the paint had started to flake off, revealing the similarly gray metal beneath, which in turn had begun to rust. She had downgraded, to understate it, when scrounging for money for the circus. It was not great. The AC was nearly non-existent, and because it was so old, did not have a Bluetooth radio. This was solved with a tape to auxiliary converter. The trunk, too, had a propensity to open randomly once the car hit highway speed, and that was solved with the use of bungee cables. They got in, and it started easily enough, and drove off. Oh, you know what we could do? I didn't realize there's like chapter markers here. We can just switch off on each chapter. Why didn't we just do that?
I was wondering what that was. Okay, bet.
Okay, cool. Well, we're learning. This is what happens when we don't read the content before the stream.
Skimmed it.
I have never done this before. We're learning. We're learning as we go. All right, go ahead. We'll switch off. Your turn.
Me? Sangdao looked out the window as Cece slowly brought the Fiesta speed up to 70. The geography of this area of Texas was nothing to write home about. Sand mostly. The brush along the sides of the road were scant of leaves, and she wondered if those were tumbleweeds, not ready to be rolled around the roads when the winds get high enough. That old Fiesta struggled to get to 60, but once it got there, the rattling stopped and the ride smoothed out. Cece's Samsung was on its stand, shoved into the air vents. She had Google Maps.
That's awesome, actually.
She always did, whether she was going somewhere new or somewhere she had been multiple times, she always had it up. They were 4 miles from the store. Cece hadn't bothered to plug her phone into the aux either. So they were listening to the radio, some top 200 station, by the sound of it. Sangdao reached across the center console and grabbed her hand. Cece took it and gave it a small squeeze. The song ended, and the DJ started his on-air promos. Before we get into the news today, before we get into the news today, I want to remind everyone the circus is coming to town. That's right, Madam Librarian's Wondrous Imagination Circus will be in town for the next 5 days. The sound of the shuffling paper interrupted a brief silence. It says here they are promising good times for the whole family, so go on down to the county's edge and give them a visit. He cleared his throat. Hey, I wonder if they have lions and elephants. Probably not. You know a lot. Cecilia cut off the radio, and the two women sat in awkward silence for a few moments. That's you.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
That's your cue.
Shit. That's your line. Can you tell that we do that I do improv and I play actual plays, and I do this where I'm like supposed to know when my dialogue's turn is. Anyway,
no, professional.
You know, nothing professional about anything I do. You know, Cecilia said, breaking the silence. I really wish DJs would keep their opinions to themselves after promos.
It was a topic Sangdao heard brought up time and time again, and figured it never would go away. This whole year, it seemed, whenever they heard their promos read on the air, the DJs invariably, listen, I am college educated, invariably brought up animals, and if they would have them, the answer was, of course, no. The circus had never had animals performances. The practice had been long dead when the idea of a new traveling circus popped into Cecilia's head. Now, whose fault it was that animal performances were sunset is up for debate. Animal rights laws, regulations on exotic pets, circuses themselves for their mistreatment of the animals. PETA, maybe everyone's. No one was innocent here, except for the animals, of course. Every time
Every time these old farts remember circuses are a thing, the first thing they talk about are the animals. Never about our acrobats.
Sangdao shrugged. I guess they gotta fill the air with something. At least he didn't go on a rant like that Harbo guy. Cecilia smiled and chuckled at that memory. Jim Harbo. Am I saying that right? I feel like I'm not saying that right.
Harbo?
Harbo?
Tell us how to pronounce it.
Harbo?
Andrew, tell us how to pronounce this shit.
He was one of those edgy radio DJs, and either he missed the mark bad or something in him snapped. When he read that promo, he had gone on a full 10-minute long diatribe about how modern times were destroying fun things like the circus. He even started to go after them, despite the payment for the promo. Singdao remembers sitting in Cecilia's tent, watching her horrified face as the DJ ranted and ranted. In the end, though, Singdao wasn't so sure the rant did anything negative for their shows, but they did confront the company, who was so thoroughly embarrassed by their DJ's rant, they refunded the ad money without a fight.
As they should,
Cecilia was
to be honest.
let's go. Let's go. Cecilia was about to say something when her phone's GPS interrupted her, informing the country store was 500 feet on the left. Cecilia, who couldn't talk while driving in any direction that wasn't a straight line, decided it wasn't important and slowed down to make a turn. Why are you driving?
First off, fuck Andrew for actually like coming for Cecilia's driving like that. Holy shit! Why are you roasting her driving? Cecilia sounds like Andrew. That's so
Harbaugh.
rude.
Okay, Harbaugh. I feel like
Harbaugh.
I'm saying that because I'm from Alabama, so I feel like I'm still saying it wrong.
That's fine. I think this is a self-insert. I would hope not, but here we are. Oh my god, that's fucking wild.
That's so great.
Anyway, keep going.
Okay.
Fucking rude.
Hold on.
All right. Focus.
The store looked less than promising. The facade was old. Did I say that right?
Yeah. Facade, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, the facade was old wood, holes patched with what looked like plywood. The windows out front were caked in so much dirt they couldn't see the inside of the store. The large marquee on the front read John's Country Store, or at least that was what deductive reasoning led Singdao to, as the HNURS and E were missing.
Damn. Brutal.
Now wait a minute. Neither an open come on in sign nor a sorry we're closed sign could be seen on the door or windows. If the sign was on the inside, they never see it through the caked dirt. And if it was on the outside, it would have been blown away by the wind. God knows how long ago. The women got out and examined the outside of the loan store. Singdao shivered, despite it being in the high 70s already. This store looked torn out of some Wild West story. They took place in ghost towns. Singdao noticed a thick line of white crystals poured on the ground and encircling the entire building. Oh no!
Ooh.
Anyway.
And so it begins.
Yeah. What's this, she asked. Cece looked down. I don't know, some sort of pesticide. Oh,
wait, that was mine. Okay. How dare you? I don't know. Some sort of pesticide, but that looks like a whole lot. Salt, maybe? To keep the slugs and snails out?
Are they a problem here?
I guess, right? Why would they pour salt otherwise?
Cece looked back up at the store.
This is what we get for gambling on what's closest and not the further, but certainly open Walmart.
They stepped over the line and went up to the steps to the front door. Singdao noticed the dust on the door's pool bar was just as dirty as the rest of the store. Oh boy, she thought. Miraculously, the door was unlocked and the store was open. The interior was nothing to write home about. It was certainly cleaner than the outside, yet maintained the rustic look and feel of the facade. Whatever names you could come up with for the rustic store, country store, was certainly one of them. The shelves were well stocked and neatly aligned. Placards on the ends told you what to expect to find in the aisle. The back of the store was where, predictably, the refrigerators were. In the corner was what assuredly kept that place afloat, the beer cave. The door hit a bell drilled into the frame above, making a ding to announce the arrival of new customers to the employees. Singdao stood in the doorway and examined the country store while Cecilia grabbed a basket and immediately began perusing the aisles. Singdao Singdao eyed the counter. An old transistor radio, currently off, stood on the back side of the counter. The register was even older. A massive block of metal with what looked to be mechanical keys stood on the counter. Oh, I could picture that. Like a
Yeah, this
lonely
is
mountain.
already
That's
like the
old.
imagery is like in my head.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can feel
She
the
did
dust on
notice.
my fingers and it's
I
stressing
I
me out.
can feel the sneeze. You know. I.
Yeah, exactly.
She did notice, however, a small white square piece of plastic next to the register. Oh, good, she thought. They take card. Her eyes drifted to the refrigerators along the back wall. They looked out of place. The chrome plating of the vents and handles reflected the lights. 21st century technology in a 19th century general store. And like those refrigerators along the wall, Singdao felt just as out of place as well. Her blue jeans may have fit in with the era, if not for the rhinestones sewn in along the pockets. Nor did her bright red Converse and black misfit shirts. Let's go. Had
Interesting.
she,
I like that
had,
she's like kind of an emo punk kid out
yes,
of costume.
I love that.
I love her. I
And
listen, I loved her when you were first creating her in October and I love her even more.
even more, you
uh,
had me at Converse. Um,
truly.
had she not been transported back to the Wild West days, the people would have gawked at her clothing even more than those refrigerators. Her eyes drifted unsurprisingly to her girlfriend, unsurprisingly. If she transported to the Wild West as is, they would be thrilled for the circus.
I love how much of a theater kid Cece is in this story. Like she truly is like, "Oh, we're still doing rehearsals. I'm in costume." Like she's
Yeah,
like she is dressed
this
for it.
is the promotion. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. She is the promotion. I love her. She's so dedicated. All right. Hey,
I forgot
Sang.
it's Sunday again.
Oh my gosh. Hi. Yes, it is Sunday again and it's not a normal episode. We're reading and reacting to this story, which is crazy. I'm having a
Sounds
great
like
time with
any
it.
place in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hell yeah, you are
Okay,
correct.
it actually does. Yeah. All right. Hey, Sang, Cecilia called softly. They have 12 packs of Gatorade. Mind taking 3 to the front?
Sure thing, Sangdao said, moving to the aisle and eyeing the flavors.
Let's do 2 blue and 1 red.
Sangdao nodded, stacked two of the pack on top of each other, and placed them on the counter, which was still unmanned. She quickly scanned the desk for a bell, but there was none. Just the lump of metal that was the register and the plastic card reader, which she now saw was branded Square. Not a name drop. She
Not the
returned
name
to
drop.
grab the. All of a
Sponsored
sudden,
by
you're in a K
Square.
drama. Is this sponsored by
No,
Square?
it's not. That would be absolutely crazy.
The newest thing in here, the refrigerators in Square. She returned to grab the last pack of Gatorade. Cecilia was still in the next aisle over, contemplating uh, two brands by the looks of it. Think they're actually closed and just forgot to lock up? Asked Singdao, pulling out the pack of red. Cecilia looked over the top shelves.
Doubt it, was the reply. Look at the beer cave over there. See the bars on the door?
Singdao who was short enough as is and squatting, craned her neck up to her towering girlfriend. No, I didn't.
I love these two so much, actually. You know wait. You know what's really funny is in the original creation, because I'm doing some like comparison in my head. In the original story that we had created, they were not
Yeah,
together yet,
they
and
weren't.
the story that we came up with was like way more. Let's make it gay before we get to the horror, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like them like pining and yearning. I actually like them being an established couple in this story. I like this
Look,
actually.
in the first couple paragraphs when I read that her girlfriend, I was like, oh, they're together.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, good. Yeah, I kind of like that they are established as a couple in this. That's great.
Yeah. but it was, of the scales of storytelling, I'd like it either A. I would have liked either way, honestly.
Yeah,
Either
yeah,
A,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
already together and going through this horrible thing,
Yeah.
or B, the horrible thing brings them together. Either way, I would have loved that.
Yeah. But I feel like what's gonna happen then, I feel like because we know like the stakes of how like scary the story is in terms of like
Yeah,
what was written, um, I feel like them already being established is really good because it almost makes like the stakes of the scary thing higher.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
love it.
You
Okay.
are correct.
All right, all right. Hold on, where are we at? I think it's oh, well, there are bars on the inside, and I think someone going so far to do that in their store on the other side of the county line of a dry county is prudent enough to remember to lock up. We'll just call a little yoo-hoo to get their attention when we're ready to check out.
Just then, the sound of static filled the store and was quickly replaced with the sound of 60s country. Cecilia's head shot towards the front, and Sang Dao, the pack of red Gatorade in hand, slowly stood up and looked down the aisle as well. Behind the counter was an old man, a human raisin. he, he wore a blue
Wait,
flat cap.
I need to call dibs on voicing this man because I already have a voice in
Okay,
mind. I forgot I have a second old man voice I can do.
okay, okay.
Okay. A human
He
raisin
wore
is
a
crazy.
blue flat cap with small white dots. A blue flat cap with small white dots. Okay. A white
Hmm.
button down shirt with a dark blue vest over it and wearing blue jeans. What is this? He was horribly hunched over, though they may have been the straightest he could stand, considering how old he looked. Oh, now on
This
the
man is
counter
a
was a large
thousand years old.
Now in the counter was a large package of blueberries. He scooped a handful, some spilling and rolling on the counter, and plopped them in his mouth. He chewed them slowly, picking up the spilled berries and putting them back into the package. He swallowed with some effort.
I can't. Hold on. Okay, okay. Hold on. I want to voice this man so badly. Hold on. I gotta lock in. I gotta do it.
Yalcha says you're not ready. Get out.
No. Oh God. Okay. Good morning, ladies. Love it. He said, grabbing a few more berries from the package and spilling some on the counter again. Sorry for not coming out to the front sooner. I'm not as fast as I used to be.
He sounds like a gust of wind.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. Oh my god. I wish my housemate was in chat right now because there's an NPC in our home D&D game that she uses that voice and it's my favorite. I love that voice so much. Okay. Focus. All right.
Oh, I love it. Oh, okay.
Cecilia waved her hand. Oh, no worries. We're still perusing. Just putting some of the big stuff up front first.
As if taking cue, Singdao took the drinks to the front. As soon as she placed them on the counter, the old man started reining everything up.
Don't let me rush you,
He said, fingers punching the keys. They made a satisfying mechanical noise as he punched them.
This thing here doesn't time out or get mad at me if I'm too slow.
He knocked on the side of the register with an arthritis gnarled fist. Althea was at the counter and started placing her items.
I'm sorry, but also Game Jester said he sounds like the air coming out of an old chest. Which is exactly what when I heard a human raisin, I was like, I know what he sounds like. I had that voice locked and loaded.
Get off my lawn!
I'm not as what did he say? I'm not as fast as I used to be. Oh my god, I love him so much. Okay. It's my turn.
At this point, we love all the old men.
Which, listen, is shocking, but
it's shocking. For the top of the top of the stream, we said we love big women, and now you're making us say we love these old guys.
The old men in this story. We love the old guys. But you gave us Harold, who's great, and then this fucking windbag. Okay.
Excuse me, human raisin, not windbag.
Yeah. Human raisin. Okay. Excuse me, sir, Cece said. You don't happen to have Bud in stock, would you? Now I'm at that point. I'm at that weird part where I gotta talk to myself. Okay. Yeah. Oh, believe you me, said the old man.
The old man punching the mechanical keys with practiced ease.
We have all the Bud you can ask for. How many cases are you thinking? 2, Cecilia said, if they are the 24 packs. Oh, they are. Don't worry about bringing it up to the counter. There's a one-way door to the front. Take them straight to your car. It'll be $40 for 2. Works for me.
Mm-hmm. The old man punched the keys to add the beer without order. Sangdao went to the beer cave and grabbed the packs.
I can't. This register here, the old man said, still punching the keys without missing a beat, has been in my family since my great-grandfather opened the store. In what year? 7?
DC?
What the fuck? Yeah, for real. Okay. I keep giggling. I want to do the voice. Has been in my family since my great-grandfather opened the store. They really don't make them like they used to.
And they never will.
Okay. Wait, is that... No, that's Cece. Hold on.
And you don't... I'm sorry, I was improving. Oh, you don't say. That's very impressive.
Oh, yes. It's amazing how long something can last when it's competently built and taken care of. Yep, my great-grandfather came from Scotland just after the... I should do a Scottish accent? No, I'm keeping this one. I like this voice. Yeah, I'm not doing the Scotland thing. My great-grandfather came from Scotland and just after the war and settled there. There you go.
I'm dead.
Honestly, the voice is killing me too. It's hard to keep that voice up, actually.
Lady! It's because you're sucking. You're pushing out air while you're also giggling.
Yeah. Here's where the voice came from, because it is like an NPC in my home game, but to me, because I really like Adventure Time, if you guys remember, like, if anyone watches Adventure Time and remembers when Lady Rainicorn got a voice changer, and she got a voice, because she speaks Korean, usually, and she got a voice changer that turned her into, like, that spoke English, but it was an old man, and so it just talked like this, and now it's this guy.
I love him.
Oh my god. Yes. Okay. I'm so glad that you understand the reference. Yeah, it's Lady Rainicorn as an old man.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's so good. Oh, hold on, y'all are on the wrong page. I'm so sorry. I forgot to keep that up.
Oh no.
That's my bad. What fucking page are y'all on? All right.
Like the old.
There we go.
Wash your hands. Turn the page.
Okay. Focus. Okay.
I just aged myself with that.
Anyway,
go on.
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
Wash your hands. Turn the page. Wash your hands. I just aged myself.
Okay. We're focused. All right. The front door opened.
Where the hell are we?
And the bell. The front door opened and the bell dinged. Cecilia instinctively looked, but the old man's concentration didn't waver. That'll be $143.36, tax included. Sounds good, Cecilia said, pulling out the company card. Keep going.
If security was a business expense, then by God, buying beer to keep your crew out of an unsold keg should be one too. You
said your great-grandfather opened the store after the war. She paused slightly. Maybe not enough for him to notice, but certainly enough for Sengdao too. Which war?
Which war?
I want to know that too.
Great question.
Yeah, excellent question.
Each word got progressively quieter and quieter. She shot a glance at Sengdao, who was also shooting her. Oh, why did you ask that? Well,
that's a valid question.
Smile and chuckle.
A toothless smile is crazy. Okay. Oh, right. There have been many wars since my great-grandfather's arrival, hasn't there? He came to the country just as the Great War was ending.
On the radio, the DJ was finishing his own reading for the circus promo.
You two aren't from around here, are you?
The old man asked, finishing his bagging and sliding the last bag over to Cecilia.
No, sir, we're not. We're actually the showrunners for the circus the radio was talking about. Oh, I see. How fun! And you're setting up next to the fairies' wood?
Sengdao's ears perked up at that. The radio did not give a name to their location, only which exit to take off the state highway. Cecilia was confused by the name, telling the old man she was not aware the woods by the setup had a name.
Oh, that's not its official name. You are correct. That was what my grandfather called it. Back then, this voice is so hard to keep up. Okay. I did this to myself. I chose this.
Tap out whenever, you know.
Yeah. Someone's gonna show up late and just see just Ryu, and then like fucking lost oxygen from reading this fucking voice. Okay. No, I got it. I can do this.
Okay.
Oh, that's not its official name. You're correct. That was what my grandfather called it. Back then, those woods would extend to this store here. But the majority of it was cut down to build the state highway. And let me tell ya, the fairies were mad then. Now the highway is rarely used. And now that the highway is rarely even used, must be furious.
He went on to explain how the state highway used to be a major road, but when the interstate project began under Eisenhower, the highway was not lined up with the projected I-20. Now, if anyone is on this particular stretch of road, it was because they wanted his beer, took the scenic route to the county over, or were out on the lam. Fairies? Sengdao asked, trying to hide her excitement. I didn't know we had stories about them here in America. Did they come over with your grandfather from Scotland?
Stories? Stories? Asked the old man. These are no stories, miss. Those fairies are real and live in that forest too. I don't know what European fairies are like, but ours can be downright mean. As are most wild creatures. Have y'all ever seen what a possum in, like, the UK looks like as opposed to the possums here?
No.
Or no, maybe it's a badger. I don't remember. Badgers in the UK are, like, cute and sweet. Badgers in the US are, like, they'll fuck you up. I'm like, honestly, that makes sense for the fairies, too.
Yeah.
That makes sense for the Fae, too.
Things meaner in America? Never. Yeah, fucking never.
Have y'all ever heard, like, Brits talking about, like, the wildlife in the US versus the UK? Like, I saw this TikTok about from a British guy saying, like, the most wild animal that we have is a fox. Look at this cute little thing. But y'all in America have mountain lions? Like, he was crashing out. It was so funny. Anyway, I'm gonna sorry, no,
you're fine.
I gotta get back to the old man. I'll start that paragraph over. We're good.
Inhale.
Hold on, let me hydrate. Everybody hydrate.
Hydrate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you should have got tea for this. Who knew?
I should have. I had the thought of, like, oh, I should make tea before we start. And then I didn't. And then I chose this voice. All right.
Wait till that guy hears about Australia. Accurate.
Yeah. I saw another thing that said British people talk about America the way that Americans talk about Australia. Which is true. Okay. Stories? Asked the old man. These are no stories, miss. Those fairies are real and live in that forest too. I don't know what European fairies are like, but ours can be downright mean. He had grabbed another handful of blueberries while Sangdao was talking. But now... Oh, anyway, keep going.
But now, he shakily puts them back in their container. He unbuttoned the top 3 buttons of his shirt, now trying to stand even straighter than before, and Sangdao could see it was hurting him. His wrinkly, folded-over face was grimacing. He pulled out a full-size horseshoe on a silk string he wore as a necklace. Oh.
No wonder he's so hunched over. He got gravity is not on his side there. Damn! A whole ass iron horseshoe. Babe, just put it on your door and move on.
He said, no, I need this right here.
For real. Anyway, that's wild. My grandfather gave this to me to protect me from the fairies. I was playing in the woods when I wasn't supposed to, when I was supposed to be helping him with the store. He raised his hand and pointed a gnarled finger towards the highway. They almost got me too, but their grip slipped just long enough for me to get away.
Dang. Sangdao, my eyes are wide. Sangdao's eyes were wide. She did her best to see through the dust-caked window and imagined the woods would have looked like. Sophia grabbed the bags.
I'm gonna put these in the car and get it cooled off.
You know, Sangdao said, I actually spent a year in Scotland as part of an exchange program when I was in college.
Fuck, every time I have to say another line. It happens every time. Because I have to inhale so much air. For one
Inhale.
Right. You don't say, said the old man, tucking his horseshoe necklace back in. Now that Sangdao knew it was there, she could see the outline through the shirt. I've always wanted to visit, but doesn't look like I'll get my chance. He lets out a small sigh. That's so sad.
Oh, I'm fascinated with the mythology over there. I guess it shouldn't be surprising that it came here with the Scots, or when the Scots immigrated, but American mythology is so bland in comparison. Bigfoot and the Mothman, beasts, not beings.
First off, Sangdao needs to speak to some Native Americans because, like, indigenous lore goes so fucking hard. Don't listen to modern American mythology.
To be fair, this says specifically American, which is not.
Indigenous. True.
Yeah.
So she's correct, but also, yeah.
Yeah. The old man shot her a glance, appeared to be measuring her.
These are no myths, miss. These are... Fuck me. Andrew, why would you write that line? Okay.
Who knew you would have to breathe during...
Who knew I would give myself, like, a weird lisp fucking reading this? Okay. These are no myths, miss. Not the fairies. Certainly not native here, don't get me wrong. But I think they hopped on one of those ships and settled just as we did. And just as we were mean to those who were here before us, those fairies are just as mean to us. That line goes hard, actually. Fuck yeah. Ooh. Shit.
Yes. Love it. He held out his arm and unbuttoned the cuff on his left sleeve. He held out his frail, pale arm out for Sangdao to see. He used his right hand to smooth out the wrinkles, though she already saw what he was trying to show her. Long-heeled scars wrapped around his left wrist and up his forearm. A few wrapped around his bicep. They were long-heeled but still bright pink. They were wide, too, perhaps 1/4 of an inch, she estimated. He let go of his hanging skin and showed her his right palm. Similar scars. though nowhere near as clean, ran down his phone.
Their tricks and games are fun at first, but then they tire of them and their true intentions peek through, like a playground bully.
Dang.
That's
Sangdal's
brutal.
breath hitched as she looked into that old man's eyes, hoping to see mirth that would betray his grim tone, his warning. Instead, she saw fear. What happened? She asked. To your arm and hand. His eyes were glossy, and he sniffed. He rolled his sleeve back down and fixed it.
Okay, before I read this, Jousters did say you can tap out of the voice. He has a long monologue. He has a long monologue. And Cinder Varela says she's not giving up, Andrew. It's true. I have committed, unfortunately. And if there's one thing I do, it is commit to the fucking bit.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta make sure y'all are on the right page. Let's see. Where are y'all?
I do see the monologue coming.
Okay, no. There you are. Okay. Oh boy. Yep, we got this.
Yeah.
Playing in those woods, I saw them. They invited me to play games with them, and I did. Hide and seek, tag, monkey in the middle, where I was almost always the monkey, and a few other fairy games. They were watching me, studying me.
Now Singdal saw the man look cold. What little color he did have, was now gone. He wasn't looking at her either. Now he was staring past her, as if he could see the memories like a movie. He rubbed his scarred arm absently.
Everything we played was so they could learn about me. Don't tell anyone about us, Lawrence. They told me, or we'll disappear.
Still, he was not looking at her, and Singdao had to fight the urge to run. Her knees buckled, ready to sprint, but she stilled herself even as his voice went 2 octaves higher when repeating what the fairies had supposedly told him.
I'm not rereading that in a higher voice.
Yeah, no, that's fine. The other purpose here is the fairies knew his name.
That's, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Keep going. Yeah.
We'll get back to that, I'm sure. Ready to sprint, but she stilled herself, even as his voice went 2 octaves higher when repeating what the fairies had supposedly told him. He was telling his story, but she wasn't even sure he remembered she was there. Still, he looked past her. Sangdao felt herself begin to sweat and swallowed, tasting the sour spit that signaled vomiting was about to begin. She held her stomach protectively. The man continued.
They studied on where and how I hid playing hide and seek. They remembered the places I could fit. In tree hollows, under logs, even in thorny bushes. When we played tag, they would chase me relentlessly, testing me, don't you see? Testing how far I could run, how fast, and for how long. They only chased and tagged each other to allow me to catch my breath. See how long it took for me to recover. It wasn't until long after those damn woods were cut down to make that highway that I finally realized something.
He stooped. Sangdao could hear breathing. His, hers, both. She didn't know. Finally, his head turned and they made horrible eye contact with each other. What? Sangdao whispered. What did you realize?
I was never it, the man said, his voice cracking. They never planned to hide from me. They never thought they were going to have to run away from me. And they were right.
Oh, now his chest was heaving. He gripped the counter. To stay grounded or for stability, Sangdao would never know.
One day, on the day, I went into those woods to play with the creatures I thought were my friends, to play the games we always played together. They were there, as they always were. God, were they there. They were quiet. Everything was quiet. The birds were silent and there was no wind. They just stared at me. I noticed they were holding things, weapons, hunting weapons, spears and bows and some even... Jesus, fuck me. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I got... Oh boy. I'm so sorry. Okay. Spears and bows, and some even had whips. It was the ones with the whips, that did that. He patted his left arm. Don't let their size fool you. They're strong, and their tools are stronger. The one with the whip had made the first move and tangled my arm with it, and it burned. Felt like the claws of a cat long overdue for a nail trim and hot like a fire poker. I cried when they flew at me. This is hard to read. Okay. The voice is really funny until I had to start reading this.
Until this, yeah. No, for a hot second we forgot what we were doing. You know what?
I forgot that this is a horror story, and I was like, oh shit, story. Oh man, okay.
And this is gonna hit, and it's hitting.
I love that Cinderella is still like, she's putting in that effort. I am. Okay. I'm good.
Oh boy.
I cried and they flew at me, hitting me as I desperately tried to swat them away. They went for my eyes, and I was able to keep them away. I grabbed the whip with my right hand and tore it up pretty good, too. That whip was strong, miss. Strong. No thicker than the tendrils of a strawberry plant runner's. Stronger than a fishing line. I was 12 years old, and not being able to tear that little whip scared me more than the fairies attacking me. I almost gave up right then and there, but the fairy pulling on it must have lost his grip. 'Cause the second I felt that slack, I twisted my body and pulled it right out of its hands, and I took off. I don't think I've ever run so fast in my life before or since. Fuck. Okay. I sprinted through those woods, and the realization of what they did had set in. After so much time playing with them, I never realized how used they got me to delving deeper and deeper into the woods. When I first wandered in, I could always see some bit of the store, but by that point, easily a 10-minute walk. Those buggers. I'm sure they weren't hoping for a fight, but they sure as hell were ready for me to run. I tried to hide in some bushes, but they laid traps. Spike traps, like big fat toothpicks that cut up in my pants and sank into my legs like hot butter. Oh, and it stung. And even to this day, I can't feel that spot on my leg. You can still where it got me. I think you can still see where it got me, 'cause it left me permanently bruised. So foolishly I tried to hide in their domain. I was 12. What was I supposed to do? It would have never worked. They were ready for it. After studying me and hide and seek for so long, wherever I went, under logs, between rocks, behind a berm there were always fairies lying in wait for me. I don't know if it was tears or sweat or dust they were throwing at me. My eyes stung so bad I thought I was going blind. And all the while I ran for my life. Those fairies were always behind me, calling out to me, taunting me. It's just a game, Lawrence. Don't be such a baby, Lawrence. We're sorry, Lawrence, really. Come back with us, and we'll play games like we usually do.
Again, the man spoke with his voice pitched uncomfortably high and Sangdao wished he wouldn't, but also couldn't ask him to stop.
I don't know how I got out of that forest, and how I managed to stay ahead of them for so long. I never managed to go long without getting tagged when we were playing, but I did. My legs were jelly. I was cut up and bleeding from my hand, my arm, my leg, and I was half blinded. My side was cramping, my heart was beating so fast, but I could only take these short, shallow breaths that stung. He stopped to wipe a tear. And as I said before, I was half blind, or at least that's how it felt. I crossed that road, and by the grace of God, I made it across without a single car coming. I stood at the door of that store. I looked back, and there they were. Probably 50 fairies, standing at the edge of the woods, watching me, weapons in hand. Some of them were even waving. I didn't stay to watch them for long. I ran inside, and lucky for me, that store was empty.
Good God, Singdao said, scrunching the front of her shirt. What happened after that?
I called for my grandfather, who came rushing in. He was shocked at first, and then he was angry, telling me to tell them who did it to me. So I did.
You told him about the fairies. Did he actually believe you?
I did. And yes, he did. Though I guess I shouldn't have been surprised. He was always open to the mystical. He was the one who told me not to play in the woods anymore and gave me this horseshoe.
He gripped the horseshoe to his shirt. The bell dinged, making Singdao jump.
Ready when you are, Cecilia said.
Almost ready, Singdao said, then back to the man. Why the horseshoe?
Honestly, because it was the only iron thing he had on hand. The fairies, you see, they hate iron. They can't stand to touch it, and will avoid it at all costs. You're running the circus. Do you have horses or the like? Anything that would wear them? No, Cecilia said. No horses, but we do have sets for games of horseshoes. With real horseshoes? Made of actual iron, not plastic or alloy? Cecilia shrugged. I'm sorry, what's this all about fairies now?
I can fill you in on the way back,
If you have a magnet, the old man said, test it on the shoe. If it sticks, there's a good chance it's iron. Keep them on you at all times. And another thing, I'll give it to you for free. He made his way to the back of the store. Oh, sir, you don't have to.
Cecilia said, but whether the man either didn't hear her or flat out ignored her and disappeared into the back room. She shot Singdao a glance.
What is going on here?
I'll tell you when we get back. Singdao repeated. Cecilia glanced at her watch. It was a gold pocket watch gifted to her from Singdao after 2 years working together and was meant to complete her stage costume. Though Singdao noticed the watch had since become a regular accessory. They'll be fine, Cece. We haven't been gone that long. Before she could reply, the old man had returned, pulling a wagon with 2 large bags of salt. He slowly pulled the wagon around the corner.
Fairies hate salt, he said, breathing heavily. And we're back to it being funny again. We've returned. We're back. Hold on. Let me do that line again because he's huffing and puffing. All right.
Yeah, from the top, a clean.
Yeah. Fairies hate salt. Pour this around the perimeter of your circus, and it'll keep them out. The best part is a little salt goes a long way. You don't need a thick line of it at all. Sir.
Cecilia began, but was stopped when Singdao lightly gripped her forearm. She blushed and turned away. Thank you, Singdao said. And thank you for telling me your story. We will be keeping it in mind the week we are here.
If you're aware of danger, then you are responsible for all who might come across it. You can take the wagon out Leave it by the front door. I'll just grab it later.
We'll do just that, Sangdao said. And they did.
Let's talk about our first illustration for a second. Oh my god.
I love him, Your Honor.
Love it. Everyone, please go follow Jamberry Pop on Instagram. All of these illustrations are going to be posted on the Not Quite Novelists Instagram as well. If you haven't gone and checked that out, please do. We just need to take a moment to appreciate. I love the old man. It was funny because I did actually watch the or look at the illustrations before reading. I didn't actually because I was like, okay, I don't want to read it, but I want to see the pictures because I knew the artist who had done them and I was really, really excited. And I was really confused about the kind of stripies on the guy's arm, and now I realize it was the scars. Let's talk about that insane story.
Bro.
We were trying to I did get some little trigger content warnings beforehand, so I had seen whipping as one of them, and I had made my own assumptions. I had made my own kind of hopefully this is what it is. Never would I have assumed that that is where it came in. That was insane.
Arguably better than where my mind went, however, comma.
Yeah, exactly. Genuinely better than the worst case scenario, but worse than my assumption. That was insane.
That was so well written. I was there.
Yeah, and I think that's why I kept the voice up, because at some point I was just like, oh, I'm in character. I'm acting now. This is not me just doing a bit. I'm not committing to the bit. I am oh, this is I am the actor in this story now. And that was incredible.
I was actively saying now, I'm in this story with this man.
Yeah.
I can. We talked about feeling the sneeze already, the dust in the store as we were walking in, and then I can just imagine someone reliving something while audibly talking about it.
Yeah.
And they're not there.
I could feel, okay, so I do have a tendency to shrimp anyway when I'm doing this, so that's why I have a stretch, chat command, or a stretch points redeem, which I'm just gonna stretch right now anyway. But I could feel myself hunching over more, feeling physically getting into character of I was gripping the edge of my desk the way that he said he was gripping the counter. Oh my god, that was visceral. That was insane. Oh boy. Also, we are for sure gonna have to do a part 2.
Please don't tell me where we're at. No way.
We are only at page 15. So our goal is to get to at least page 25 by the time the stream ends, and then we'll just have to come back next week and do the last half of the story. But my god,
it's so good.
The details of this illustration are incredible. I love the fact that Jamberry included all of the different things that are on the stock. The way that it's colored, you can almost see, you can tell.
This is the register I saw in my head.
That's exactly the register I saw in my head. But even, he's got his, little container of blueberries next to him, too. Oh, my God. And Sangdao just looking in shock. Just, absolutely. And she's just standing there what the fuck are you talking about?
Also, I'm 1,000% here for the hips and the little things on the bell bottoms. I love this. I love everything about this fit.
Sangdao's hot. Hair and, I'll say it.
And the waviness in the hair and everything is just.
She's so cute. She's so pretty. And this poor old man is just telling this most traumatizing story. Oh my god.
Really hope. Okay, listen. I feel like I already know how this is gonna go. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we don't know the timeline of how long Cece and Sangdao have been together. But in every horror story, almost, there's always this person that's just like, who knows what's going on, tells you entirely, and the other person's just like, nah, you're all right. You're thinking too much. I really am hoping, of my hopes of hopes, that CC doesn't go full. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Because as me, being told that story, if it was me, the first thing I'm doing on the way in is, actually, before I even leave the store, you got any iron bits just laying around you don't need anymore?
Yeah. Well, like, not only that, but like, what? First off, we have to pause here because it's a chapter ending, and I have to, like, I have to discuss this because what the fuck?
Yeah.
And like, so, first off, this poor old man has been wearing this heavy ass horseshoe. Horseshoes are not light. Like, they are heavy. Yeah. I used to ride horses. I used to help with it. Like, I felt them. Wearing it on a chain as a necklace is not... and you could have gone and taken it to somewhere to be like, hey, can we, like, melt this down and make something else out of it? Can we make,
anything?
Like, a ring, an actual, like a small pendant, multiple pieces of jewelry so that I can give to other people? Like, something. But no, he is just whole ass fucking horseshoe on his neck at fucking 800 years old.
Truly.
Also, him saying that his great-grandfather came after the Great War. Do you know how many wars have been, like, called themselves the Great War at the time of that war? Like... insane. Absolutely insane.
DC, I'm telling you.
Also, if y'all guys have not listened, I'm just gonna shameless plug for a hot second. If y'all guys did not listen to me committing the fuck to that voice and didn't think, hey, that's worth a follow or a subscribe, like, what are you doing? You know? That's gotta be worth a subscription. Please.
Props to the artist, props to the author, props to
props to you to and the voice and the voices. Behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, originally his great-grandfather settled after the Mexican-American War, but I just couldn't get the math to math. 10 out of 10 voice. Thank you. I think that the voice alone was worth subs. So
Jousters also says finishing 7 will be a good place to stop. Part 2 will be insane.
Unhinged.
7?
Okay.
We're just at 3.
I was gonna say, do you mean finishing at 7 o'clock? Because it's almost 7 o'clock where I'm at right now, and like we're only on page 15. So we gotta get through 10 more pages.
I did just cheat and look ahead. Technically, the next couple chapters are shorter.
Oh, okay. Oh, chapter 7. Oh, okay.
I assume chapter 7. Yeah.
Got it. Oh, yeah, it does look like chapter 3 and 4 are fairly short. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so we can make it through them.
2 was thick, and that was beautiful.
2 was thick. That was wild. Okay. Yeah, okay, so let's get through chapter 7. Because that ends on page 26, and that's our halfway point. I love it. Okay.
So, technically speaking, it was supposed to be your turn to popcorn, but you worked. The host, man.
I did a lot.
So I feel like...
Luckily,
I'm just going to keep going.
Keep going. Luckily, the next audios, or the next dialogues for me is CC, which is just my voice. So, I'm going to... you know what? While we're at this pause... let's take like a 5-minute break so that I can go and refill my water. Okay. And like everyone take like a bio break, bit of water. Game Jousters,
wonderful.
Don't write a whole ass book in my chat like you did the last time I took a break. Also, he will tell you it was an hour-long break. It was 5 minutes. And he wrote like lore and like all sorts of crazy shit in my chat for a 5-minute break. And I was like, how did you write? What is wrong with you?
Whatever you're on, I need a little smidge.
Literally, I need whatever drugs that Jousters has. Give them to me, please.
And if it's just you, listen.
Then let me just go. I need to like fucking magic school bus into your fucking brain or something. I need to see what is going on in there. Okay.
Obviously not great, but
yeah, exactly. Okay. So 5-minute break. Everybody go and get some water. Go refill. So it's almost like 6:50 right now. So we'll be back at like 6:55. All right. Oh boy. we are back. Let's go. Yeah, if you wanna take on reading chapter 3 for me, so I can rest.
You had a heavy lift, okay? Heavy lift. It was a good time. That.
I would do it again.
And we absolutely love that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at the chapter situation. So you did a little great. All right. When they returned to the grounds, the crew was more than happy with the goodies, particularly the beer. The sedan was surrounded as soon as the trunk popped open and the crew took out the bags and moved them into the employee tent for storage. Tony, one of the stagehands, lifted one of the 24 packs of Bud over his head. Beer, he yelled out and was cheered on. Beer!
Beer!
Sorry, I had to take it again. Beer! Whoa! Oh, wait. Sorry.
Whoa! Cece said, not yet. Let's finish the day's work, and then we can relax. She was showered with more cheers and chants of beer! Their employees are just a bunch of fucking redneck frat boys. Beer.
And if that isn't the truth that you can get your friends, good friends, to do anything for beer and pizza, let's be honest.
Yep. I have moved into many an apartment with that exact promise.
Exactly. Several. Tony looked into the trunk. Hey, boss, what about those bags of salt?
Oh, Cece said, pinching the bridge of her nose. Just leave those there. Don't worry about them.
Tony nodded and closed the trunk. As the crew petered out, Cece looked at Sangdao and gave her a smile.
I'm going to go park the car and do some checks.
Okay, Sangdao said. I'm going to go check on the mirror maze and see if there's anywhere I can be useful. Cece gave her a thumbs up and drove off. First things first, Sangdao thought, and walked to the games tent. There she found Rolf, the games master. He was a short man about Sangdao's height and insisted on always wearing suits, or formal, casual, when they were setting up or breaking down a circus. Today, he was wearing olive green corduroy pants, a navy blue button-down shirt, and black leather boots. In Texas heat?
Let's talk about for a hot second the fashion in this story. Yeah. I need full design character sketches of each of the outfits that are described in here. Because we've got now Sangdao and Lawrence, the old man, but I need Rolf's outfit. Because also, what the fuck do you mean you're wearing corduroy pants in Texas?
It's hot. I'm hot reading that.
Yeah. I'm hot, but that's because I have a heater in my room.
Listen, and I don't have a heater, but I have the door closed, so I was already hot.
Okay.
Wherefore art thou? His hair was medium length and neatly combed and held down with some sort of pomade. He would be wearing a top hat during showtime. He had no beard but a long mustache that stuck out 3 inches on either side, also gelled together with a cream of some sort and then curled inwards. Oh, yeah. I see it.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
We see it.
I'm into it.
He was admiring his work at the tent. His hands were in his hips, and he eyed the ring toss. The rings, made of multicolored plastic, were neatly stacked on their pegs in each lane. The pegs on the board were formed into the American flag. The prizes, stuffed animals, were stuffed in nets. The big prize, a large baby blue bear, hung on its hook in the center of the back wall. Welcome, he said. Morning, Ralph, Sangdao said. She stood next to him and admired the work as well as her eyes drifted to the pegs. Feeling patriotic, eh? They eat it up in this part of the country. Anything fun and flag related, and they'll be lined up to the entrance to play. I even added a 4th spot. I'm so sure of it. He gave her a weary smile. She grabbed one of the small plastic rings and tossed it at the peg. The side of it hit the peg and gave a hollow thunk noise and fell between them. She grabbed the next ring and, aiming at the same spot, tossed it again. It bounced off once again. She was down to her last ring and aimed for the different spot, one of the stars this time. She gave a gentle toss and the ring stayed relatively flat and fell down into the peg. I did it, Singdao exclaimed while she threw her arms up in the air. Ralph gave her a small clap. What do I win?
Awesome.
Ralph said, stroking his chin. One ring out of three. That, I believe, nets you one of the small prizes. He pointed at the net filled with small stuffed animals. How about, Singdao said, tapping her chin while pretending to look at the stuffed toys. Oh, I know. How about a horseshoe? I love her. Ralph raised an eyebrow at her. A horseshoe? Yes. Like the horseshoe from the game Horseshoes. There are other types? Do I even dare ask why? That is, if you have extras. Is the horseshoes game set up? Ralph rolled his eyes. Oh God, no. The ground here is way too hard to get that pole into the ground. We've probably destroyed the tip of it before we could even get it more into a foot into the ground. This whole place is like concrete. He pointed to the back of the tent. There's chests there with stuff inside of it. The horseshoe is all yours. Thanks, she waved to Ralphie, who nodded in return. Horseshoe in hand, she left to find Harold and check on the progress of the mirror maze. She is ready.
She is, oh yeah, and I love her so much. Honestly, she's me. Like, that's the thing, is that, hear that story? Yeah, you bet your ass I'm going to find horseshoes, I'm going to get, like, iron fucking shavings of some shit, I'm going to get, like, I am grabbing, be like, hey, Cece, don't drive off yet, give me the bags of salt, I'll do it. Like,
we would have had to have a quick 5-minute combo before you drove off.
Oh yeah, Cece being salt. Like, oh, don't worry about the bags of salt. I'd be like, I beg your finest pardon, give me that salt. You don't have to worry about it, I'll fucking worry about it. I'm taking that salt, I'm doing something about it. Are you kidding me? Fuck that. Like, here's the thing, even if you don't believe it, what is the harm of taking the precaution? You know what I mean? That's like people, like, I know plenty of people who are like, I don't believe in ghosts, but, like, I'm not gonna go into an abandoned building that says it's haunted. You know what I mean? It's like, fucking be smart about it, my guy.
If it's haunted, haha, yeah, but if I've had several people tell me they've had out of nowhere migraines, bad juju, and all this wonderful stuff, I'm not going.
I'm not fucking with it. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. All right, I can take over chapter 4. I can do it.
We believe.
I believe in myself. All right. See, now my chest is all fucked up. I keep coughing. Okay. Tomorrow, my coworkers are like, are you sick? And be like, no, I talk like an old man for an hour and a half. Okay. The sun was now beginning to set. Harold had managed to finish the maze with the help of a volunteer, and now it was ready to go. Most of the generators had been set up and were hooked up to various tents and food trucks. The best part of testing the trucks was making the test meals, and based on the smells that were wafting from them, Sangdao believed they would be eating good tonight. She was particularly excited for Tia's tortoise. Honestly, shit, I didn't eat before the stream. I'm hungry. I forgot. Yeah, oh no. We're gonna have one chapter that's just a description of all of the food trucks. Okay.
Oh.
The day was cloudless, and they felt it, that's for sure. Everyone she saw was sweating profusely, and the Gatorade was gone not long after midday. Now that the sun was descending, she had hoped it would cool off, but even in the very edges of the southwest, it turned out the evening was, in fact, the hottest part of the day, and unfortunately that is true. Coming from someone who grew up in Houston, it does not cool off at night. The sun was unblocked by clouds or mountains or even trees as it shimmered in the heat and was rising from the ground. The one thing that made the heat almost worth it all was the sunset itself. The sky was a brilliant orange near the horizon and gently transitioned into a bright violet before again becoming a deep purple. Sangdao was standing a healthy distance away from the fence line and looking into the woods on the other side. She scanned the tree line and saw nothing peculiar. She briefly tried to gaze deeper into the woods, but was blinded by the setting sun. She thought about Lawrence, the old man at the store, and the salt he gave them. Cece was annoyed about it all. On the way back, she warned about the optics of being strangers and literally salting the locals' ground. Old people have a strange sense of humor, Cece said. I'm already mad at Cece. Yeah. They tell more and more fantastical stories just for giggles. But she didn't see the look on his face as he told me that story. Nobody, certainly a shop owner, is that good of an actor. Could he have been having a jolly, let me make sure I'm changing the pages on here. Okay, good. Gotta make sure you guys are caught up. Oh my gosh, hi Split the Party.
Oh, you have a raid.
What's up, raid? We are reading through a horror story that was written by Game Jousters in the chat, and he wrote a story based off of the characters that Ryu and I created, so we're reading through it right now, and it is insane, and you guys completely missed an incredible voice that I did for way too long, and I'm still feeling the after effects of that. Oh my gosh. But hi, thank you so much for rating. Stay, hang out, listen to the spooky vibes, to the spooky story. Yeah, we're having a great time here. And actually, while I'm here, I'm gonna add... She was committed. Yeah, everyone in chat, that was really funny, looking up and seeing everyone in chat being like, oh shit, she's committing to it. She's committing to the story. And I'm like, yeah, baby. I committed to the character. What can I say? Hold on. I'm just going to add in the resource command as well, so that, once again, we did take a break, but I'm going to remind everybody in chat, if you guys feel like contributing, have anything that you would want to donate or help at all, we have a list of links compiled by Ryu in that Beacons link that I just added to the chat for some overall helpful organizations. So
yeah,
keep that in mind if you guys feel like helping while you're listening to us read this spooky story, and laugh about it until we're not laughing anymore and we realize
we're not laughing anymore.
We are reminded once again, it is terrifying.
This is a horror story, that's right.
Oh shit, this is scary. Oh no. Okay. Could he have been having a jolly, just trying to scare outsiders for the fun of it? She couldn't deny that, especially on this trip. People tended to be less friendly and receiving. A flash, something in the woods, sparkling and reflecting the sun's light, caught her eye. She fought to keep her eyes open, the bright sun stinging and tears beginning to form. Oh, do you want to read the thought process, by the way? I was reading the thoughts.
Yeah, I think that, I'm starting to see them a little bit more now. There you go. Fireflies? No. Too early and too bright for them. Can't be trash either. The breeze isn't strong enough to be blowing plastic.
Something grabbed the small of her back and she jumped. She whipped her head around, and the after image of the trees were transposed onto the person, who let out a shocked gasp as well. You know you're not supposed to look into the sun, right? You'll go blind. They spoke. Sangdao blinked the after image away and saw Cece, smiling a goofy smile. How goes the watch? Cece dramatically puts her hand to her forehead and scans the tree line.
I was just thinking, Sangdao said. She rubbed her eyes. The after image of the trees were gone, and the only one left was the circle of the sun. It was persistent, and she knew a headache would be following later tonight.
Okay, Cece said as she shielded her eyes. Don't let that old man's story get into your head, okay? If those malevolent fairies existed, they didn't seem to put up any when the highway was being built. Cece paused, as if waiting for an answer, but she did not get one. Hey, Francesca's about to start her tightrope walk if you want to watch. That got a reaction out of Sangdao, who couldn't help but smile. Francesca had been playing with the idea of adding a unicycle to her act and was finishing up the concept and moving to the next stage of practicing.
Okay, let's go watch.
Atta girl, Cecilia said, and gave Sangdao's butt a pat and hit the horseshoe. Ow, what's that? Sangdao couldn't help but blush.
A horseshoe. Ralph was cool with me taking it. He said the ground was too hard to put up the game here.
Okay. If he's fine with it, I'm fine with it. The sun had finally begun to set, and long shadows stretched across the circus grounds. A man, hunched over and waddling, carrying a shovel, walked towards them.
Is that Jake? Why does he have a shovel?
Jake, the large stage coordinator, tried to get past the two women without stopping, gave them a small wave with his free hand, and a small but embarrassed nod. What's with the shovel? Asked Cecilia. I'm gonna make you read this because I can't do any more man voices. That was too much for me.
The damn Porta John still haven't arrived.
Yes! No, I love him. Keep it up. I have to commit to the voice, so do you. Do it.
Oh, I can't do voices. Haven't arrived, and I have had to go since we started. I figured you and the county would be pretty angry with me if I did my business on the ground, so I figured no one would be too mad at me if we did it in the woods. Bears already do it. Now you even brought a shovel.
He held the shovel up for proof as if they couldn't already see it. First off, I am very scared for Jake now.
Yeah, Jake, go back, please.
Jake, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. Still, Cecilia asks, I'll call them back right now and figure out where they are. Jake nodded and gave his boss a thumbs up. He went along his way, or tried to, anyway, only taking 2 steps before being stopped again. This time asked if he had finished setting up the tightrope for Francesca. He groaned audibly and said he had when his stomach rumbled, warning that there was not much more time. Cecilia apologized for stopping him, and he waddled off a little faster now. Go ahead and go watch the practice, Cecilia said. I'm going to tear into that porta potty company for not being here. We're already cutting it close as it is.
Sangdao gave us the loot. I'll give you a full report. Oh, that's not me.
Oh, I'll give you a full report. Cecilia laughed and leaned down to give her a kiss. Is that you or me?
Wait.
No, I think that I'll give you a full report was you.
Okay. Oh, got it.
Yeah. Cece laughed and leaned down to give her a kiss. I expect the full report in my quarters. And then she left, leaving Sangdao as red in the face as she ever had been, and glad that the sun had finally begun to dip below the horizon. They're so cute together.
This art, though.
Oh,
please,
yes.
let's
talk
them
about the next illustration. I am so gay.
Oh,
I mean,
not pooping in the fairies' woods. Listen.
Don't go shitting in the fairy woods. Yeah, not pooping in the fairies' woods. Literally, as soon as he said no one would be mad if I did it in the woods, I went, okay, so he's about to die. Good to know. So Jake
pooping
is dead.
in the woods or having sex anywhere near the woods is a surefire way to die in any horror movie.
Die. You gonna die. Oh my god, Game Jester's putting the lesbian flag in chat. Yes. It's so good.
Art is so
the art is beautiful. Oh, they're so cute together.
Here's okay. I'm gonna ruin this cute moment because my brain is just like, there is a fence around the woods between us and the woods. Are you telling me it's not iron? Somebody fix it.
Yeah, no, literally, I love that because literally, who put the fence up? What do you mean you didn't use iron anything in the fucking fence, right? What do you mean? Oh my god.
What do you mean?
Yeah. But yes, the art is so good. I don't have a link to Jamberry's account, but everybody just go
Is Jamberry
follow.
in chat?
I don't think so. I haven't seen her. But I want to make sure I'm spelling the username correctly on Instagram. So give me just a second. I think there's like 2.
Joshua says she went to sleep.
Yeah, Jamberry Pop. She was in BC earlier. Oh, okay. That's fine. And Pop on Instagram. Literally everyone.
Speaking
Okay,
of which,
yeah.
I need
Josh just
to
got it. He's
follow
quicker
it
than me.
myself.
I'm just typing. What was that?
I said, speaking of which, I need to go follow it myself.
Oh. Yeah. I'm obsessed with it. I love the height difference between the two. They're so cute. I love the fact that like Sangdao is still in her t-shirt and Cece is so committed to that's just part of her costume, like that's just part of her outfit. I also love,
mind you, also in the heels, so you were already
still in the heels, yeah.
Still in it, and then like it right. So this is like extra.
Listen, what did I say? What did I say the last time we were on stream together? We love a big woman. All right.
Love a big woman.
We love a big
always
woman.
and forever.
Always.
And
how
also
do you
with
not?
you.
Yeah. Literally, and I stand by that, and I will always say it. Okay. Chapter 5.
Oh, that's me. I went to go follow Jamberry.
Oh, sorry. I went to the wrong page. I'm so sorry. I went back. There we go. Chapter 5.
Chapter 5.
Go for it.
Okay. The main tent was always the first to be set up by the crew, mostly because it was the largest and most complex to set up, but also because Cece always wanted it to be the centerpiece of the event. When deciding on a color, she had gone for tradition. The tent was large with red and white stripes and could hold over 100 guests. The performances would loop so guests could come or go as they pleased without fear of missing anything. Cece would do a small speech and introduce the performers to the guests and keep the show moving at a consistent pace. Singdao was pleased with how quickly they got the main tent set up despite the problems of the last few days. Thankfully, nothing major happened, but the lights shut off frequently at night. Paul, one of the generator mechanics, took a look at it and believed he solved the problem. She hoped he did. Bleachers circled the stage and went 3 deep. The audience was separated from the stage by colorful plastic barriers that were about waist height, save for a small cutout that led to a walkway lined with the same barriers to the green room, where the performers would get ready or wait for their moment to come out. The performers were on a rotation, and a different person had the spotlight at each location. This time, it was Francesca Rosie's turn in the spotlight. She was the best acquisition. Nope.
Yeah.
Acquisition. I said it. Okay. Acquisition as far as talent went, that was hired by Sangdao. They had met years ago when the Imagination Circus was still young. They had been performing at the State Fair in Columbus, Ohio, an early big boon for the circus that padded their account nicely, despite the holes in their lineup, namely no acrobats. So their circus was lacking a wow factor, at least in the opinion of the great Rosenthal, the reporter from the Columbus Dispatch. Perhaps he wasn't that wrong at the time, but thankfully the crowd didn't seem to mind. The acts were mostly kiddie by most definitions: magicians, jugglers, sword swallowers, fire tricks, clowns too. Though they had taken a muted role, as those creepy clowns appearing in random towns throughout the country were making headlines.
Okay, so this
very valid.
had been going on since 2016. is what we're saying.
Yeah, like, okay. We're timing it now. We're timing
we're getting our timeline correct. Okay, crazy.
It was after one particular show that the two met. Francesca had driven down from Ikron and stumbled upon the circus. She was shocked to see that there was a circus without an acrobat and applied on the spot to Sangdao. Money was tight then, incredibly tight, but she knew something had to be added to spice up the performances. Sangdao did a brief interview with her. They walked around the fairgrounds and ate funnel cakes as Francesca rattled off her experiences. She started gymnastics at a young age and kept up with most of the adolescence, but fell out of it in high school, only to return to it during college. She made it into the regionals frequently, but could never make it to the next stage. Sindel didn't care all that much, however. Her mind was on the extra cash they had now and scheduled a second interview. Caesar was more than happy to get an acrobat, and Francesca easily became a fan favorite and now staple of the circus's lineup. There was a cluster of employees clustered together, sitting in the bleachers and snacking on popcorn and soda, watching Francesca climb the ladder up to her post, unicycle in hand. Singdal's eyes lifted up, and she saw that 5 bowling pins had already been placed on the top. Back to Francesca, the ladder, which was just metal poles sticking out of the side, looked fine. Singdao didn't remember seeing any rust or corrosion when inspecting them. Eyes back to the top at the tightrope. It wasn't noticeably saggy. That was all she could tell. She never set up the tightrope, but her confidence in Jake and his crew on their setup was incredibly high. Her eyes drifted down to the safety net, the only thing keeping Francesca from a broken back or worse. She thought about Jake again. He was a professional, a professional's professional even. I did see him at a low point earlier today. Was it truly a low point though? The company never dropped off the porta potties, and because of that, he slacked on the most important aspect of his job to go take a squat in the woods. No, no way. Still, she looked at the safety net but couldn't make out the tie downs. She nudged Paul, the mechanic. She hadn't even noticed Francesca was at the top. Hey, Paul, she said. Who set up the safety net? Jake. Why? I saw him on the way to the woods with a shovel. He looked like he had a bit of an emergency going. That got a laugh out of him. Oh, yeah, he did. Poor guy had to take a dump all day and was hoping the porta potty crew was going to get here on time. Uh, Thought he was going to get us condemned before he finally gave up and made a run for the woods. I think we're going to need to get a new shovel when he's done with it.
Wow.
How soon did he leave after setting up the net? Oh, he finished tying it off and made a run for it, Paul said, laughing again. He was grabbing his ass and shouting, I need to go, I need to go. Now the people around him were laughing at Jake, butting in with their own observations and cracking jokes. Sindel looked back at the nets, specifically at the tie downs. Her stomach tightened. Did anybody double check his work? I know he's reliable, but when you gotta go, people have a tendency to rush, you know? Paul kept looking at Francesca, who was now mounting the unicycle. I hate this setup. His smile was gone. And the mirth of his eyes had faded. I assume so. I was taping down the cables. I don't know who was paired with him. Paul continued to look up at Francesca, who was balancing on a unicycle, moving forward and backward on her little platform and lining up the tightrope. He could feel Singdal's stare burning into him. Double checking the tie downs was standard operating procedures everyone knew. He wasn't a stagehand. Why would he check the tie downs? Francesca pedaled forward. Too late now. The tie downs have always been double checked, and a little distraction of the threat of poopy pants wasn't going to make anyone forget about that important step. Hell, it should have reinforced the procedure. And now he looked bad in his boss's eyes because she asked him the safety question and he gave a flippant answer because someone was about to shit their pants. Fucking Jake, he thought.
Oh no.
I should have paused everything and forced a double check. Sengdao thought as Francesca came to the one third mark on the tightrope. She was the rope sag under the weight. Huh? Yeah. She was the rope sag under the weight and couldn't remember if it always sagged that low when she was doing her routine. Francesca looked down and Singdao could not read her expression. On the other side, once she gets to the other side, I'll
Oh,
pause
she
the practice
saw.
and have
Sorry.
someone double check the rope and net. Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was she saw the rope sack. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
Francesca looked down at her audience and waved while wearing a large smile. The watching crowd, save for Singdao, cheered loudly and whistled. Now at the halfway point, Francesca came to a stop and balanced. Her smile was gone, replaced with a concerned look. Her eyebrows knitted and she moved her arms around in a quick, small circles. What's happening? Singdao thought. Is she losing her balance? Had her momentum been lost? Was the only way off the tightrope a fall into the net? Francesca looked back down at her audience and smiled. She flicked her wrist like she was shooing away a fly and pedaled backwards towards the starting point. Everyone loved it. Singdao was sweating and shivered. Again, Francesca stopped briefly and balanced on the quarter mark before moving forward again. Please hurry. She was almost to the other side. Three-quarters of the way there, Singdao started to stand, ready to pause the practice. When the lights shut off, drowning everyone in darkness, Francesca screamed, silence everyone. I hate
No!
this.
I hate it!
I hate this.
Oh god! Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, 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 okay. Okay,
I
we're supposed to...
am angry.
I'm so upset. Fucking Jake.
Fucking Jake.
Honestly, at this point, Jake...
Fucking shit or whatever they are, porta potty company.
Yeah. Fuck the porta potty company. Fuck Jake, who couldn't have... Fuck anyone who was supposed to double check that tie down and didn't. I'm hoping Francesca's okay, and also Jake, I hope the fairies get your ass. Alright. Elsie also hates this. Oh, was Elsie one of the beta readers? Okay, anyway. Okay. That was aggressive.
Elsie also hates this.
I'm scared. I'm stressed. Okay. We're at chapter 6. I'll do chapter 6. We just have to get through chapter 7. We got this. We can do this. We're getting to the part where it is scary story territory, and
We've been warned by the author that shit gets real soon.
We do. We have been warned. Everything's fine. Okay. Hold on. Let me hydrate. Everybody hydrate.
Everything's not fine.
Everything's fine.
You know, if we don't read anymore, Francesca will be fine.
Yeah, exactly. All she did was scream, but she could have just screamed because the lights went off and she got nervous, you know? If we stop now, Francesca's okay.
Yeah.
Jake with the fairies. Honestly, you're so right. Okay. That's gonna be Jake with me after I get his ass for slacking on his fucking job. Alright. I'm very aggressive. I'm very scared right now. Okay. Cecilia, meanwhile, was in her office. A rather bland, tiny tent towards the back of the grounds. It was just unpainted canvas. What? What did you just say?
Get away! Go on.
What did you say?
I said not the hard cut. The hard cut away.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know. I'm very stressed about this. I don't like this. Okay.
Oi.
Okay. It was just an unpainted canvas with a small folding table and plastic chairs for the cast and crew to take breaks in when they had the chance. The intent of choosing a bland tent was to look somewhat official enough to guests and not being similarly colored to the other tents that they would ignore it. Ironically, it was the lack of color and all-around blandness that made it stick out and attract guests. So a sign reading "Crew and Cast Only" was placed in front. Cecilia was sitting at her desk, her laptop closed, cell phone on top of it, hunched over and pinching her forehead. She had gotten a hold of the porta potty company, who was the minimum level of understanding and embarrassment about double booking their services. They promised to show up in the morning by 9, which was the least they could do. Now the schedule was at risk of bursting, as they would have to hold off setting up the last of the tents to allow the trucks through to place the damn things. In her lap was a pad of paper with backup companies in case the current one fell through again. Calm down, she thought. This is why we have a buffer time in our schedule. Nothing is being lost. Yet. She took a deep breath to calm and center herself and sat up straight. She closed her eyes and took a deep breath, slowly exhaled. She thought of Sangdao and smiled. She opened her eyes. It was still dark. What the hell? She said to herself. No way they didn't remember to fill up the external tanks. She stepped out into the darkness and made her way to the main tent. The nights here were relatively pleasant, thankfully, though they were still a bit too warm for her. They were set up a decent distance away from the town proper, something she thought would work for the guests on their way out for the night, and be able to see the stars and the purples present in the night sky. But right now, she was hating it. I get it. There we go. The moon was able to provide some light, but it wasn't full just yet. The tents and trucks were just black silhouettes against a black sky. Her ears twitched at a distant sound and commotion of some kind. They sounded panicked. Francesca. Shit! Cecilia said as she picked up her speed to a run. Please be okay. Please be okay. Her thoughts drifted to continuously failing generators. Could they continue the show if the power failures are happening this often? Could they even solve this problem before showtime? Tomorrow we'll do a full breakdown of generators and... Cecilia struck something with her right foot and tripped. She broke her fall, spraining her wrists and scuffing her palms. They stung dully in the dirt. God damn it! She caught her breath and crawled to the lump she tripped over. If someone left their tools lying around the ground, they are dead. She groped for the bag of tools. The bag they were in. I can't fucking read today. My God, I'm losing it.
Fine.
After the voice, I've lost my brain. It's gone. The bag they were in did not getting an ad during the intense parts. Oh no! Quick, someone gift a sub to Ark. Quick, someone gift a sub to Arkiana.
Oh, no.
I don't have the money to do it.
That's always how it happens. Let's
I'm
be
so
honest.
sorry. Oh boy, that's brutal. Oh, we'll wait because I want you to read this part. I sent you a sub a few days ago. Wait. How did that happen? Did you really? Bro. You gotta do it again. You gotta gift another sub.
Oh.
It shouldn't be something that you have to accept. It should just be something that's automatically happens.
Usually.
Check your notifications.
And
did you gift a sub to someone else by accident? And if you did, where the hell are they? Oh boy. Oh, that's brutal.
There it is.
Gifted a tier sub, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, there we go. I appreciate that so much. That's so funny. Okay. Oh boy. Alright. I'm waiting for Arky to get back. Just let me know when the ads are done and you're back. Okay, now I got it. Cool. Are you back? You back? We good? Can we keep going? Because I'm scared.
Now I got it. Thank you. Okay, wonderful.
I'm stalling because I'm scared and I don't want to keep reading.
I don't want to because I feel like...
I feel like someone about to die. Okay.
I feel like 2 bodies are about to fall right now. Go on.
That's literally what I'm thinking. Okay. She groped the bag of tools. The bag they were in did not feel like canvas, and it was way too big to be a bag. It was... Tell me I did not just fucking read that. Okay.
I did!
It was soft, fleshy. Something on it was wet with a warm liquid. It squeezed between her fingers, and her grip on it slipped. What is this? She pulled her hand away and rubbed her fingers together. The liquid was semi-dry and tacky, like oil spilled over the side of its can. The main generator, a behemoth of a machine, kicked on, and its roar echoed through the circus grounds and made her jump. A moment later, the lights turned on, and she screamed. Her right hand was covered in coagulated blood that was not hers. On the ground in a heap was Jake's dead body.
I knew it!
I knew it was gonna be Jake! Ah!
I knew it!
On the ground in a heap was Jake's dead body. His face was a pulverized mess. His jaw, clearly dislocated, hung askew, making it appear as if he was belly laughing after hearing the funniest joke in the world. His tongue lolled out the side of his mouth and made him look like a dumb dog. His nose was gone. Shreds of skin and bits of cartilage were all that remained. She could see a green glob of snot readying itself to drip out. His eyes were gone. The sockets were just dark voids. She scrambled to her feet, nearly falling over, making the quickest of glances at the corpse just to make sure it wasn't moving. The tent. I need to get to the tent and warn the others. And she ran. Andrew, you made me read that. You made me say that out loud with my face. You made me say that. You made me read those words.
It just kept getting worse.
It kept getting worse.
Jake from State Farm was not in good hands.
Not Jake from State Farm. Also, the in good hands is not even State Farm. You're getting the wrong car insurance. But also,
you described that too well because I felt it and had a visceral.
Yeah.
Visceral crunch.
Like, you know, at one point, I shit you not, as I was reading, I felt my jaw pop, and it scared the shit out of me. I'm gonna have a fucking anxiety attack. That was too much. Jake did not have a good neighbor. No, because the neighbors are these homicidal fucking fairies.
Behind the not iron fence.
There we go. Yeah, exactly. Wait, who is the in good hands? Is that Allstate? I think it's Allstate.
That's Allstate. You're in good hands.
Anyway,
like
that's
good
disgusting.
Neighbor, State Farm. Yeah.
Okay,
not sponsored.
Who's reading chapter 7? Do you want to read chapter 7 or do you want me to?
Yeah. We gotta.
Because I'll do it.
We gotta.
You know what? I'll read chapter 7 because I like your reactions to it. Your reactions were stressing me out and I enjoyed it.
My reactions were stressing you?
Yes! Me reading this was stressing me out. Okay. If you get to page 32, you get another picture and another good stopping point. Stop trying to make me go later. We're already 40 minutes over time. We're just going to finish chapter 7.
I wasn't going to say shit. I wasn't going to say shit.
Okay, I'm going to... Hold on. I'm so sorry for anyone who is sensitive to, like, gagging noises, but that fucked me up. We were, in fact, warned.
Still, I wasn't ready.
No, that was brutal.
We knew. All the
we were given
going out.
I was given trigger warnings that there were going to be body horror, there was going to be gore.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Chapter 7. We can do this. We're good. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Go find your girl.
Back in the main tent, the gasps of crew were cut off by Francesca's scream as she lost her balance and fell. A few quick-thinking crew members had their phone lights on. In their the fervor caught Sangdao by surprise, and she was temporarily stunned by the sudden flash of light under her dilated pupil. It was only for a moment, and by the time she had her phone out, a good portion of the crew had already jumped the barrier and ran to the safety net. She grabbed the closest person to her, not realizing it was Paul, and pulled them away from the crowd. Come on, take me to the Oh, that's you, sorry.
Come on, take me to the generator.
She said. Paul, still stunned by what happened, nodded, not even realizing he didn't even say anything. It was easy to forget how hot the main tent could get, especially with the fans shut off and the warm night feeling relatively cool. Sangdao actually felt cold and realized now how much she was sweating when she was outside. Paul, who was still stunned, came to his senses and slipped out of Sangdao's grasp. The generator is behind the tent, he said. There's no way it's out of gas. I filled it and the externals today all the way. And we haven't had it on for more than an hour.
Let's just hope it's an easy fix.
The silence behind the tent filled Paul with dread. The generator they used was big. By itself, it could run a house for 24 hours, including the AC. But with external tanks, at least 72 hours. Even longer if you use the AC sparingly, or even better, not at all. And with a motor that large and capable, it was loud. OSHA mandated ear protection loud. The silence unnerved him. Did I actually fill up the tanks today? He asked himself. Don't be a moron. You don't imagine yourself doing work. Lauren helped you. She'll back you up there. He nodded to himself. Maintenance. We're caught up on that, right? He gulped. He couldn't be too sure about that, actually. He did the daily checks perfectly. Those were easy. But the monthly? He did them. Mostly. He gulped again. I hope Francesca's okay. And he wanted that, truly, if only for himself. You selfish prick.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm worried about Francesca, if only for myself. Fuck you, Paul.
Because you know you're fired!
Yeah, for real. But also, like, you're only worried about Francesca for yourself? Yeah, you're next, Paul. Yeah.
Yeah.
As they were still in the setup phase, the protective fences that were usually set up around the generators to keep guests away had not yet been installed, making it that much easier to get to. Paul rushed forward and threw the faceplate open. His heart sunk. The fuel needle was on E. No, he whispered to himself. He filled them up today. He knew it. He knew it. He was with Lauren. She could back him up. They were on the hook together, right? The receipt. He always kept the receipts when using company funds. Can never be too careful was his mantra. That will help his case. Are the tanks leaking? He dismissed it. Diesel was too distinct of a smell, and that question would have been answered before they even turned the corner. Sangdao was closing in, and he needed to get an answer to what happened. He canned the control panel once, twice. Now Sangdao was behind him, and he scanned for the third time. Just as she asked,
what happened?
He saw it, though it raised more questions than answers. This switch here, he said, pointing to the metal switch in the down position. The open-closed circuit switch was moved from closed to open, and without a load, it shut off on its own to conserve fuel. Paul was relieved. The fuel gauge was only reading the generator was on. The fuel gauge only read if the generator was on, explaining the E reading. No leaks either, which was another piece of great news.
The switch isn't loose, is it?
It didn't feel loose when we started it up. He flipped the switch up and down a few times to prove it to her, as it was for him. He kept it in the up position to close the circuit and let it go. It didn't fall down. I can't fucking read. Okay. He put light pressure on it to see if it would close the circuit, and it stayed out. Doesn't feel loose, and it doesn't open the circuit with light pressure either. I don't know why it happened.
Start it up.
Paul checked the switch was closed and cranked the generator.
You don't think...
Sangdao said before getting cut off by the roar of the engine. With the sound of the first crank, she put her hands over her ears and walked away. Paul opted to bear the deafening sound and observe the gauges to put off the questions as long as possible. The gauge shot back up to full and stayed there as expected. The oil pressure and temperature gauges were all in normal range too. He put a bit of pressure on the circuit switch, and it held firm as expected. You don't think someone flipped the switch on purpose? That was what she was going to ask. He thought it while staring at the panel, but not at anything in particular. No, I highly doubt that. We have jokesters, but not one who would do that while live practice was happening. Especially not while the tightrope was in use. He closed the faceplate, locking it with the handle. He figured he had spent enough time looking at the panel and not doing anything. Besides, the generator was rattling his teeth, and he needed to get away from it now. I'm gonna have a killer headache. He thought about getting a few cans of Bud the bosses brought back for later. I still don't know what happened to Francesca. Is she okay? Like, people ran to the net. That's fine. People ran. But, like, is she good? I don't want to read ahead.
How?
I'm stressed. I'm stressed. And unfortunately, it's almost 8 o'clock.
No!
I know. I'm stressed. But we're at the halfway point. I hate this. We could find out right now and not next week.
Chapter 8 is fairly long, and I'm real sad about it because I was like, we just do one more. It'll be fine.
No, we can't do it. Yo, my alarm is gonna go off at 5 tomorrow. I have work. Oh my god. This is stressful. I'm so sorry to leave everyone on a cliffhanger. I had a feeling we were gonna get halfway through and need to come back next week. But that is unfortunately what we gotta do.
And we are certain that this is, you are correct. This is halfway through.
Yeah.
With 40 minutes pages. Over, so
we're technically we were 45 minutes over time. Right?
45 minutes over. Okay, so if we were to do this next week,
listen, solely is because we were giggling too much over the voice. Over Lawrence's voice. We were laughing too much.
Back in the happy times of the story.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. I have to loop it back because that was so scary. I hated it. Oh boy. How do I even end this? How do I even be like, hey guys, come back next week. It's just gonna get worse. Oh god. Oh boy. Andrew, thank you so much for writing this. I will, in fact, be having nightmares tonight. Remember when the story was just about a beer run? How fun was that? Truly!
That was so fun. Insane. It was so cute.
Yeah, it was so fun when the man was explaining his deepest trauma to a stranger. Horrifying. This story is insane. Oh, boy. Okay. Well,
I have to not read this till next week.
We have 1 week. We have to distract yourself. Do something else.
Hey, listen, Jousters, I need you to make sure that you are eating healthy and getting lots of rest. And I hope everything, is like your pillows are cool when you flip them and everything. Like everything is fine, okay? Because if I've learned anything from good writers of all of my fics, listen, if you don't get a horseshoe today,
today, motherfucker, if you don't get out and get yourself an iron horseshoe right now, oh boy, I feel like I also need to get a like some iron or a horse. Here's the thing. I need to establish this right now. I need everybody to know. I am open about my spirituality. I've talked about it a million times. I do practice witchcraft. I also work with the Fae, primarily. What the fuck did you just allow me to invite into my house? I'm gonna have to, I already cleansed my room over the weekend. I'm gonna have to do it again. Get some smoke cleansing, get some incense going, and be like, hey, the good fairies, y'all are chill. Y'all guys, the ones who just want to watch me paint and sculpt cute little critters, y'all can stay. Anyone who came from this story, get the fuck out of my home.
Out.
I'm so stressed right now. Hopefully something more fun. Oh, boy. Yeah, that was brutal. Incredible writing. And the only reason, here's the thing, whenever I am talking to someone who is like a writer or an artist of any kind, I have to look them in the eye and I'd be like, I hope you know that this is a compliment. Go fuck yourself.
Absolutely.
Quite literally,
in the kindest way.
Yes. When it comes to art, when it comes to anything creative, anything that requires talent, every fuck you is a compliment. And I feel
mean that I said this to so many DMs.
Oh yeah. I said that. No, I once said that. So one of my favorite actual plays that I've listened to is Cast Party. I've listened to their whole campaign 1. I've listened to their whole campaign 2, and I straight up messaged the DM and I said, I will fight you. And I mean that in the kindest way possible. I will track you the fuck down. One of my favorite GMs
at the Arby's.
Yeah. One of my favorite GMs is Johnny from Talking XP, and the way we met, was I started binge listening to his first campaign, and I started live texting him my reactions to the campaign. And the amount of times I threatened him and I said, listen, the day we meet in person, I'm telling you to roll initiative. Like, let's fucking go. And now, I made t-shirts that say the Bullying Johnny Club, because I bully him relentlessly because he deserves it. And so, and I'll do the same with Andrew. I'll do the same with Jousters. Hey, motherfucker, I will find you. Like, if Francesca's not okay, you know, if,
we
like,
already know.
I know. I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed.
I don't even know if the regular rules apply for the plot armor of the main girls. Like, please,
I don't think so.
You know,
because here's the thing: is we established,
because we're already established.
But here's the thing: in our story that you and I wrote in October, when we made these characters, we had established they were not together, and the point, Cece got kidnapped by the Fae. And so, like, because they are already established, at the time, when we were writing funny, happy little gay lesbian, circus lesbians,
remember those times?
We were like, oh, what if the fairy queen kidnaps her and tries to tell her to get her shit together to ask her girlfriend out? You know what I mean? Like, that was the silly, happy, haha times. But now that they're already established, if Cece still gets kidnapped, she's in danger.
We got a backstory for Francesca.
I'm scared. Andrew keeps saying ominous things to me, and I'm so scared for next week. Stop tormenting LC. What's wrong with you? Also, hi, LC. Welcome for being a first-time chatter. This is a crazy thing that I've gotten so many first-time chatters because of this.
So good.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I'm gonna find someone to raid. I'm thoroughly exhausted and scared now.
My God.
Ryu, I know you've been on a hiatus for quite a bit, but if you want to plug yourself, plug anything, if you want to add like the chat command resource back in the chat again.
Oh yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah, sure. I'll do the thing.
Yeah.
If I can spell, yay. Hey guys. Stress the fuck out. I'm Ryu. Ryu plays games. I've been on hiatus for entirely too long at this point. Because life is life, and for all of us and all the things and everywhere, and it's I just can't do the things that I want to do. But with that being said, just again, and I'm gonna wrap my little plug, my not so plug, into the fact that the artistry, the everything that has made this possible is amazing, and if anything, it's inspiring. It's so fucking good. Anyway, listen, I do stuff on the internet. I professional DM every now and then. Professional DM. I play games as the name, and you know, I just do stuff when I can. The resource tab is essentially just on my beacons. It's kind of close to home resources and GoFundMe for people in my communities that are being affected by ice giants, as it were, and it kind of, I'm trying to get into more community things IRL. So aside from me being on hiatus for that, I'm also working on things like IRL. So
tell Ryu the almost title. Wait, I don't remember what the almost title was. You're gonna have to put it in chat because I don't remember it. I'm sorry.
The almost title.
There was an almost title that I think was ridiculous, and I don't be a menace to the Fae world while being a lesbian in the woods. Yeah, I remember that now. I knew it was a long one. I told him he should have named it that, but I like FAEHOUSE.
I like it though. FAEHOUSE is just like a nice little it should have been FAEHOUSE : that.
Yeah. I like it. You know what I'll do? Andrew, DM me that
title.
Right? And then so next week I'm gonna say part 2 of FAEHOUSE, and then I'm gonna add all of that. Yeah. So that'll be perfect. I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, to wrap this up, huge shout out. Like, I cannot sing the praises enough of, like, the writing is incredible. The artwork is incredible. Please go follow Jamberry Pop on Instagram. Just go follow everybody. Go, like, sing everyone's praises, because, like, this is what's baffling to me is, like, this is quite literally why I started this channel. Like, the stuff that I love to do is that, like, ooh, what if it's that inspiration of, like, making new characters and telling stories and all of this stuff. And and the intention was always so that artists could have a world that they could be inspired to draw. It would be so that writers could have worlds and characters and stuff so that they could be inspired to write. I want to see people... These are creations that are free for everybody to take and create and build upon and make new things and make their own characters and do all of that. And seeing it actually happen is incredible, especially because if you go and watch... I posted a reel recently on the Not Quite Novelist Instagram where, like, hey, my mental health has not been fucking great. And that's just something I have to admit to. And being able to sit down and read this, it's like, okay, I'm like, I feel better. I feel like, oh, this is why I'm doing this, and this is why it's like I feel more energized and more motivated and more inspired to make my own content, because the point is to inspire you guys to make your own content. So if you guys have watched any of my episodes on Not Quite Novelist, please go make your own OCs for it. Go, like, build upon it, write more stuff in the worlds, or draw more stuff, or, like, tell me ideas that you had from the worlds that I am creating, because this is why I do it, and I am going to cry because I'm very happy right now.
Yeah, and look, you can ask almost anybody that I've ever spoken to, like, behind cameras and stuff, where I'm just like, somebody's asked me when you know you've made it, and I'm just like, when someone makes fan art, when someone makes fan art or something that I did in the story or something like that, or when somebody does, look, Ma, I made it.
Literally. I've told this story. You know what? Fuck it. We've got time. I know I said, like, oh, I gotta go to bed. I don't care. I'm gonna tell this story. I've told this story to a lot of my guests. I've told this story to a lot of my friends that are in, like, content creation spaces and stuff. And like, I have been making OCs and, like, doing, like, RP and stuff over text with my friends and stuff my whole life. I learned how to roleplay and do RP stuff over text on a flip phone in, like, 2007, you know? And that's a true story. I didn't even know that I didn't know that that's what we were doing. I didn't know that roleplay was a thing. I didn't know the word of it. I just knew that that was a fun thing that I was doing. And I've been playing make-believe my whole life. And I remember vividly being in high school and my dad saying, if you want to be a writer, go write something. If you want to be an artist, go make art. If you want to do, like... If you want to be creative, I'll support you, go do it, but you have to go and make something. You're not making anything out of making these silly little characters on the internet with your friends. And that's a direct quote from my dad. And when I pitched him the idea of this show that I'm doing, he got so dead serious and went, Savannah Rain, this is the best fucking idea you've ever had. Like, that's how I know I've made it. My Gen X dad looked me in my eyeballs and said, you proved me wrong. And I'm like, yeah. So now, seeing stuff like this, it just reinforces that. It just reinforces that, you know, it's the only way to create. Yeah. But, like, that's, like, this just reinforces that, like, no, sure, maybe 10 years ago when I was in high school, we didn't know that this was a medium and that I could make something out of making these silly little characters on the internet with my friends. And here we are. And it's incredible, and I love it, and I want to see more of it. But we're gonna see more of this story next week. So
I have to close this tab, and I'm real sad about it.
I know. I do not want to close this story because I'm just staring at the cover. Oh boy. Okay. Well, I'm gonna find someone to raid out to. Let's go. Ooh, Daniel the DM. I love him. Let's go raid out to him. What are we gonna say? Don't go pooping in the fairy woods. No, that's great. Don't go poop in the fairy woods. That's hysterical. I need everybody in chat to go and tell Daniel the DM, don't go poop in the fairy woods. Cause that's funny as shit. Okay, I'm gonna get this raid started. Please don't forget to go and follow Not Quite Novelist on Instagram. Go subscribe to Not Quite Novelist on YouTube. This and part 2 will also be up on the YouTube channel as well as soon as the streams are done. So if you've missed any and you want to actually watch the chaos all the way through, you can. And tune back in. I do this every week. I have a new guest every week where we pull random prompts and we make random characters, and it's a lot of fun. And then, apparently, sometimes I read and react to the fan art that is made based off of the shit that I make on this show. So, yeah, come back for more chaos. On that note, be kind, be chaotic, and be creative. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.